Yep, this is what we're gonna do here. This is what we gonna do. All right, we're gonna move this over. All right, and then I just want to make sure everybody can see, make sure everybody knows that we are live. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok, and oh, okay. So all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Guys, have I hope I hope you're having a good night, man. I hope you're having a great night. I hope you guys had a good start to your week. Um, it's a night show, so we gonna turn up, baby. We back like we never left. We got the overlays running. So make sure you guys are tapping that screen. Make sure we're liking the live. Make sure you're dropping a follow if you get any value out of the channel tonight. Welcome to the No Excuses podcast. I'm your host, Phoenix Dukes. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own 7 businesses. I employ 10 different people. And my goal with the channel is to help you get to financial freedom, is to help you build generational wealth for your family, is to help you get out of the victim mentality that is keeping a lot of Americans poor. And honestly, that's the best word for it. So let's get into this, right? Let's get into this, right? Jam, welcome in, man. Welcome in. Listen, the title says I don't owe you. When I say I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about the business owners in general, right? I don't owe you a living wage. Employees are entitled and business owners are valuable. That is the crux of the conversation tonight. Lock in. Just we're going to be talking about I'm going to talk about why business owners are valuable and why the United States compensates us for being valuable within the country. I'm going to talk to you guys about why employees are, well, not as valuable and the reasons why they're not as valuable within the country. And then the things that you get for being less valuable than the business owners. And I'm going to let people up to give out their opinions as well. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I don't owe you a living wage because I'm this evil, greedy boogeyman that, a lot of these people that have never built anything in their lives or never led anyone in their lives try to make you out to be when you say things like this. Uh, Wages are not based on your feelings. They're not based on the things that you need. You don't get to go and amass a bunch of debt and have a bunch of fucking expenses and then come into my place of work and demand that I pay you something that is frankly outside of the scope of the work that you're doing and outside of the skill set that you have. We pay you based on the value that you bring to the company. So, in the crux of it, if you want to make more money, then you would make the company more money so that the company can afford to pay you more money. And it's simple like that. See, the problem that we're having within America today is not that business owners are greedy. And I know that there's a lot of a lot of people are just, well, the CEOs and the corporations and the billionaires and the millionaires and the oligarchs and the blah, 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 right? It's not that we're greedy. We have to make the money that we need to make in order to pay you, give you the things that you need to come in and work for us and entice you to come in and work. We have to do those things. The problem is that employees within the United States have become incredibly entitled. Incredibly entitled. Employees today walk into a job with demands and no skills. Demands and no skills. They want $25 an hour. They want flexible scheduling. They want full benefits. They want a mental health break every time they don't feel fulfilled in their job. They want to like the work that they do while they're getting paid a whole bunch of money in order to do it. And normally they use the phrase like, well, I need to be able to afford to pay for my basic living necessities. Well, let me ask you something. Your basic living necessities, does that outpace the skill set that you have? Does it? And when we're talking about these basic living necessities, does that include when you guys go out and decide that you're gonna go fuck everybody and have a bunch of children by different women? You expect me to pay for that too? Because you can't keep your dick up? Or because you can't keep your legs closed? Is that my fault too? I gotta pay for that too? When you go out and you decide to buy a car that you can't afford because you don't make a lot of money, you don't make enough money to be able to afford the vehicle that you drive to work every day, I gotta compensate you for that because you decide you made a bad financial decision. No accountability whatsoever in the United States today. And that is the crux of the problem right there. Okay? You guys are the same motherfuckers that don't show up on time for shit. Y'all don't show up on time. You can't handle pressure within the workplace. You can't adapt for shit. That's why you guys are freaking out about this whole AI thing because you can't adapt. You're not an adaptable person. And if you're not an adaptable person, well, the job marketplace is going to chew you up and spit you out. Rocky Raider, thanks so much for the follow. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to chew you up and spit you out. So, I don't know, man. What do you guys have to say about it? Half of y'all can't do basic math. Some of you, most of you guys are terrible at listening. Terrible at listening. Horrible listeners. You listen to if I were to sit you down and give you instructions on what I wanted you to do that day, you'd come back to me 3 or 4 times and be like, "Oh, well, I forgot that you told me to do that." But you wouldn't make enough to be able to afford a house that you also probably would be able to afford if you didn't have a whole bunch of debt. Y'all want CEO money with entry level effort, and that shit ain't happening. You better lock the fuck in. You better get it together. I'm telling you, dude, the way the environment, the way that the job marketplace and the economy is going, the people that are doing entry level jobs perpetually within the country are going to be the new poor people. You think you're doing bad now. Walmart's coming in and replacing you with robots. Amazon's coming in, they're firing 600,000 people to put robots in there because they have decided that the robots are more valuable than you are, because the robots don't form unions, because the robots don't take breaks, the robots don't complain. The robots do the job the same way every time. Now, I don't know how that makes you feel. That would make me feel pretty damn shitty to know that a robot can do better than me. To know that the person that employs me thinks that a robot is more valuable than I am. Right? Now, business owners, the same people that risk, oh my, we risk everything for this shit. We risk savings, our credit, our health, our time, some of us, our homes, our family, our cars, everything. And we risk all of that to bring your ungrateful ass into our organization, share our money with you. And even some of these corporations are sharing even more money with you. And those are the same corporations that you guys fucking complain about all the time. Walmart, Amazon, those kind of places, the places y'all fucking complain about all the time. Those people bring money into the business and to help the workers get ahead. Amazon's paying for tuition 95 to 100%. Y'all aren't taking advantage of that. Walmart's helping people get CDLs. Y'all aren't taking advantage of that. Walmart also does 100% tuition. Y'all not taking advantage of that. Less than 20% of you motherfuckers that are working for these big corporations are actually working there with the purpose of moving on. You want to be mediocre. So if you want to be mediocre, you're going to get mediocre results. And it's straight like that. So let's talk about some facts. Business owners are valuable. You're not. Okay? Business owners shoulder the risk. Employees do not. If the business fails, employees walk away and get unemployment. The owner walks away with debt, lawsuits, broken credit, stress-induced health problems, years of their time gone, years of their life gone, years of their money gone. Employees don't risk any of that. But you want to put a cap on profits, though. So when you guys say pay me more, what I hear is, hey, business owner, you take on all the risk, take on all the liability, take on all the pressure, and give me more money for doing the bare minimum. Doesn't that sound like entitlement? Doesn't that sound like entitlement? Does it? What about something else? The US shows business owners are more valuable in their actions. I know they look at, see, these are things that the person that employs you isn't going to tell you, right? They're not going to tell you this because they want to keep you there. They don't want to upset you. I want you to grow. I want you to be better. So I don't care about upsetting you personally. Who gets the tax breaks? If you don't believe that business owners are more valuable in the country, who gets the tax breaks? Who gets the incentives? Who gets the deductions? Who gets the government grants? Who gets special loan programs through the SBA? Who gets infrastructure support? Business owners. And why is that? Because the United States rewards value creation, not value consumption. And most of you guys are consumers. Most of y'all don't know the difference between an asset and a liability. Most of you guys are working, and you're going to be working every day for the rest of your life until you fucking die, because you don't understand retirement accounts. You don't understand money. You don't understand value creation. You just want gimme, gimme, gimme. That's all I fucking hear from you people is give me, give me, give me. The country's giving you enough. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. The country's giving you enough. You wake up every day. You don't have to worry about anybody coming in and invading you. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in trying to off you because you celebrate or you worship a different God than they do. You don't have to worry about that stuff. So you have the privilege of being worried about the things that matter within the country. You have the privilege of being worried about wealth building, but you don't know anything about it. And I think it's quite crazy that of the things that you guys could come up here and tell me about over and over and over again. But if I ask you what the S&P 500 is, well, that doesn't matter. So that doesn't matter, I guess. Okay. Interesting. So on that same token, if you don't understand how to be successful within the country, then what are you fucking working? Like, if you don't understand retirement, if you don't understand interest, if you don't understand investing your money into accounts that are going to grow over time, why are you working? Do you actually think that your goal on this planet is just to work so that you can pay bills? Or do you think the goal on this planet is to work so that you can create a better life for yourself? The immigrants come over here and do it all day long. Y'all are getting your asses kicked by people that come from the poorest regions of the fucking world, dude. Think about that shit. And tap the screen. Like the live, because y'all need to hear this. You might not want to hear it, but you need to hear it. Now, if homeowners are the backbone of stability within the country, businesses and business owners are the backbone of the growth in the country. Who creates the job? Me. We create taxable income. We create commerce. We create opportunity. We stimulate the local economy. We raise property values and we make America competitive on the world stage. Employees are important, some of you, but business owners create the environments that the employees rely on. Understand? Most employees don't understand their own cost. They don't understand any. Like, if I ask any of y'all about payroll taxes, FICA, unemployment insurance, workers' comp, general liability insurance, equipment costs, accounting, licensing, software, marketing, maintenance, interest on the loan, if I ask any of you guys about that, you fucking be Porky Pig up here. But saying a bunch of bullshit that don't even answer the question because you don't know about it. You think that if you're paid $20 an hour, that you cost $20 an hour. That is not how that works. Deku, thanks so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Listen, man. If you make $20 an hour, that costs me about $32.30. $32.30 an hour in order to employ you. But you still want more without producing more, huh? See, that's entitlement to me. That's not economics to me. That's entitlement. See, employees don't bring in the revenue, right? The person stocking the shelves doesn't generate revenue. I know you guys want to think that you do, but the person sweeping the floors doesn't generate revenue. The guy scrolling on his phone for 2 hours on the clock doesn't generate revenue. The business owner brings revenue in through a bunch of different things: strategy, contracts, acquisitions, partnerships, investment, innovation, sales, marketing. Louis, thanks so much for the follow. Branding. Employees don't even realize that their paycheck is possible because the owner had to wake up at 2 a.m. worrying about bills, payroll, and growing a fucking business. But you guys want more. DJ Stems, appreciate you for the follow, man. Daryl, thanks for the follow. You want more, don't you? So come up here. If you want more, come up here and tell me why you should have more. The box is open. The box is open. And by the way, I let people talk. So like if you're talking, I actually listen when people speak. I'm gonna let you talk. Okay. It doesn't matter if you want to come up here and say, that I'm, that you want to cut my head off. It doesn't matter to me. I'm still gonna try to help you, period. It doesn't, there's nothing that anybody in here can say to me that's gonna hurt my feelings. So say whatever you want. This is a free space. Freedom is free speech space. Everybody welcome Mindy to the show. Mindy, how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Ooh, you're kind of low.
I'm pretty good. What do you mean I'm low? What does that mean?
Your volume, well, it was low. It's not low anymore. Go ahead. What do you have to say on the topic? Oh, first of all, how old are you and what do you do for a living?
I'm 44 and I'm a business owner.
Awesome. All right, go ahead.
So, what makes you think that an employee is going to work for you or even like you or even want to be in your business if you treat them like shit and you don't pay them a living wage?
Is not paying somebody a living wage treating them like shit or treating them
Absolutely.
as the value that they bring to the company?
No. Because anybody's time is valuable. Anybody's time that they are giving to you to help build your business is worth you paying them a living wage. They shouldn't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to survive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
That's
would
exploitative.
you
That
would
you're
you
being exploitative. You're
got it.
exploiting them.
Gotcha. So would you say that there is a cap on the amount of money that you should pay somebody to do a specific job?
Absolutely. There should
Okay.
be a cap between how much the executive makes and the lowest
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked. So
No,
depending
that's
on
my
the
question.
so
That's
here
my answer.
let me ask you this: how many employees do you have inside of your business?
I have about 4 employees inside of my
Okay,
business.
4 employees.
And
What
I
is
also
your
use
sorry.
contractors. I'm sorry. I also use contractors. So I have employees that I pay an hourly rate, a
Mm-hmm.
living wage. I
Mm-hmm.
also help them get health insurance. They have very good health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And the contractors that I hire, I allow them to come to my job site and bid their own jobs with me. And I don't take
Right.
anything off the top. They normally just offer me a service or a finder's fee for getting
You
them
don't
that job.
you don't take anything off of the top of your
Did you
subcontractors.
hear
You're
what I
saying
just
that.
said? Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I just want to make sure you
I
want to
have a
stick
good
by
deal.
that.
I do stick by that because I make friends in my business.
Gotcha.
The people that do me favors like that, I do favors for them. So
Mm-hmm.
I give them a finder's fee.
That
Because if
makes
they put
me
me in on a job, I give them a finder's fee. It's all about community. It's all about taking care of people. It's
right.
all about making connections and not just fuck the world, I'm gonna make money. And that's
Mm-hmm.
your attitude, sir. And
Mm-hmm.
that's
Gotcha.
disgusting.
So, okay, I understand. I get it. So you don't take anything off of the top of your subcontractors. I definitely do. I take
Wait,
20.
did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, ma'am. I heard you.
I get reimbursement for them. So please don't hang your hat on that. You're hanging
No, no,
your
no.
hat in
You
the
just.
sense
I was
that
just repeating.
I
I was
said
just repeating
I
what you
do get
said. You said you don't
compensated
take
because
anything
here.
off of the top,
So
but you
let
said
me
you do
rephrase
get
it.
compensated later on
Let
as
me
far as a
yes. So
finder's
you
fee.
can just put
But
it
give
this
me
way.
give me 1 second, okay?
You could put it this way.
Give me one
I
second.
get compensated from my
Oh my
contractors. There you go.
goodness. Okay,
There
yes,
you
I
go.
heard you. Thank you. So that makes me curious, right, as to what your RPE is. That makes me curious what your RPE is inside of your business.
Listen, I have people that deal with this. One of my employees is someone who deals with my books, someone who deals with all this RPE bullshit and blah 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 blah. Because I
Well,
actually work.
I'm not talking
I'm
about
a
I'm not
business
talking
owner
about
that
that. That's
I'm a
not.
business owner that just that has an office lady that does all that shit. So if you want, I can get her on a three-way call and we can talk about all the shit.
Well,
But I'm
no,
just speaking about as
you're
the
the leader,
owner of my
man.
business.
You are the leader within your business, so you shouldn't have to
I
call
absolutely am
anybody.
the leader within my business, but I don't need to know all that RPE and yada yada. I'm not trading
RPE
online. I'm not.
RPE just means revenue per employee. That's all.
Okay, that's fine, and I don't need to know all that.
You don't need to
If
know
my
that.
revenue per employee,
We got
listen,
him.
if I don't make enough, here's the thing, sir. If I don't make enough to pay my employees a living wage, then I have no business being in business. Okay.
Absolutely,
If
that's your
I can't
onus.
make
That's
sure that my
fine.
employees eat, it doesn't matter revenue per employee. Fuck all that.
Right,
I'm not
right.
trying to use my employees to get revenue. I'm trying to use
Mm.
my employees to, yes, get a little bit of revenue, but
Oh,
make sure that they can get revenue as well.
right.
Like I'm not in
Ma'am,
it
I'm
to
gonna ask
break
you.
my employees
Listen,
for every little bit of
I'm gonna
labor
ask
that
you
I can
one
get from them.
question, and then
That's
I'm gonna let
fucked.
you go ahead. I'm gonna ask you one question, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead. What's your profit margin in your business?
What do you mean my profit? Okay, so last year,
No, no, no. I asked what your profit margin is.
I'm about to tell you that if you'd
Okay,
be quiet because
I
I
am.
just filed my
I'm gonna
taxes
shut
this
up. Go
month.
ahead.
Thank you. So let me answer your question. So last year I was set up to do, I'm sorry, last year in revenue, I did total revenue. I did about 100K. I want to say about 60K of that was profit. I was able to pay my employees very well. Actually, at the time of the year, I didn't have all 4 employees that I have now. I only had 1 employee. So I was able to pay that employee very well. This year, I'm set up to do about 250, 300K. So that's why I hired a couple other employees, and things are going really good so far. I don't know what I'm set up to do this next coming year. Not sure yet. Like I'll know those numbers here in the next couple days when we
Mm.
close out the year and I meet with my CPA. But yeah, I'm doing well and I'm able to pay my employees a living wage. So I don't give a shit what you say about all these technical things. All I know is I am a business owner. I am here to provide a business to my clients. Yes, I am here to make a profit so that I can survive and take care of my son. But I'm also here to not exploit my fucking neighbor that I hire to help me with jobs.
Mm.
I'm here to make sure that that guy can eat and be able to take care of his family as well and not have to work a million jobs and then come into my job tired as fuck because he didn't get to sleep last night because I don't pay him a living wage. You don't care about people, you care about money.
Is
And
that
that's
right?
fucked in this society. That's absolutely
I'm
right.
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that I care about people. Okay, I'm gonna show that to you because I think a lot of you guys come up here and you see the things that I say, and really, I'm just being
Then
honest and
why do you
telling. And
why do you
hold on,
talk like this?
I'll let you speak. I'm just being honest and telling the truth because most people's bosses are not going to, especially the corporations that these people work for. Damn sure not gonna tell them the stuff that I'm saying. But the things that I'm saying are absolutely true. I asked you what your profit margin was, and you didn't answer me. You think you did, but you didn't because you don't understand what profit margin means.
I don't need to understand. I have a CPA that understands that, sir, and they let me know if
Your
I'm okay or if
CPA
I'm
does
not
not
okay.
dictate
And
your prices, ma'am.
if there's something that's crazy that I need to discuss with them to adjust my price, then I
Okay,
do that.
okay, I
Not
get it.
everybody
I get
runs
it.
their business the
Eh,
same way that
eh,
you run your
Ma'am,
business. You know what I'm saying?
every business owner
You're
that I
you're in
know that is in a hot that is on a high level, they make significantly more money than me. If I ask them what the profit margin is, they will simply answer me because that is what dictates how much you charge for the service
I
that you
just told you
perform
my
with.
profit
But
margin.
you did not tell me your
I
profit
did.
margin,
I told
ma'am.
you how much I made last year, how
You
much
told
I
me what your
grossed. I told you I told you how
you did
much I
not tell me your
profit.
profit margin. What is a margin? What does margin mean? It's represented in a
I don't
what?
have a profit margin. I just told you what my profit was.
Wait, you don't have a profit margin in your business?
Like, what is it? No, because I just know what my profit is. Like, what the fuck? I
So
don't need to know what profit. Like,
how are you
you don't even
charging
know
for
what
your
kind of business
services?
I run, bro.
It doesn't
You don't even know what kind
that's
of
the crazy
business I
part.
run. And
That's
you're
the crazy
sitting here
part,
saying,
ma'am. That's the crazy part. It doesn't matter what kind of business you run. Every business has a
I
profit
need to
margin.
know this shit. I hire
Yes,
people to
ma'am.
know
And
that shit, dude.
I'm about to
I
show you.
hire people to know that shit.
Ma'am, you said
I
that you were
hire
gonna make
people to
you
know
said
that
you were gonna
shit.
make 250 to three hundred thousand
I run a
dollars
business.
next year, ma'am. Okay, you're not hiring the people in order to do this shit, and you shouldn't have to hire them in order to do this shit because you should know. I think you're being lazy.
I love
That's what
it.
I think. I think you're being lazy.
I love the mute button. I love
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Because see, I let
You're
you
a bitch.
speak. I let
No,
you.
you're a bitch.
That's fine, ma'am.
You're a bitch.
I let you speak, and you'd have to talk over me because you understand that the things that I'm saying are true.
No, the things you're saying are not
Then
true.
why
The
are you
things that
talking
you're
over
saying
me?
are business by
Why are
business.
you talking over me then, man? Because I let you speak. I didn't interrupt you.
Because you're not saying anything that's worth a shit. You're saying
So
dumb
that's
stuff.
so that's so if I'm saying something
You're not
dumb, then
saying
it would be
anything.
beneficial to you to let me finish so that you can deconstruct the dumb shit that I'm saying. But I'll tell you what is, I'll tell you what's not dumb, right? Knowing your profit margins isn't dumb. You should know what your profit margins are. If I ask you what your profit margins are, you should be able to just simply tell me. But when a business owner or somebody that claims to be a business owner comes up here and they say that they have 4 employees that they're paying and giving them health insurance and all this stuff, and you're giving them a living wage and all this stuff, right? And I ask you what your profit margins are and you don't know the answer to that, I know that you're running a business that is hemorrhaging. Because
No,
that
not
is
at
the
all.
truth for every single business that
Not at
doesn't
all.
understand how to price. You don't understand. If I said
Not
break
at all.
even point to you, what does that mean?
You should come see my 2,000 square
I
foot
don't
home.
I don't want to
You
see,
should come
ma'am, and
see that.
that's another
You
point,
should come
right?
see
That's
that.
another point. So you have a
You
home,
should come see the
correct?
charity work that I
You have a
do.
home,
Come
correct?
see the charity
You
work that
have a
I'm able
home,
to do.
correct?
You should come see the charity work that I'm able
Just
to
yes
do.
or no, ma'am. You have a home. You
No,
got a
it's
2,000
just
square
so
foot house, right?
you're acting like you know every business,
Hey, ma'am,
and
look, I
just
do
because
this.
I
I
don't
do
know what
this
a
for a
profit
living. I
margin
do this for a
is,
living, ma'am. I'm sorry.
just because I don't know what my
A
exact
business
profit
owner that
margin,
doesn't know
what's
what their
that put
profit
out?
margin is, you're not a business owner
Sure,
at
sure,
all.
sure,
This is ridiculous.
sure.
Seriously.
Whatever you want to say, buddy. I think you're just stressed because you know that I'm a better business owner than you. I have
Ma'am,
heart.
I make more
I'm
than
not
you.
just out
You're
here
not a
for
better
money.
business owner than me if you don't know
I'm
what
not
your
out here
profit
just for the
margins are.
money. I'm
You're
not out
not
here
a
just for
better
the
business
money.
owner than me if you don't know what your
I'm
profit
not out here
margins
just
are.
for the money. I
Please
actually
don't
help
do
my
that.
community.
Because
I do things. I
I can
build
tear your
stuff.
business apart up here. I really could. I'm not going to do that. I think it's a little rude. But if I ask you what your profit
My
margins are
business
and you say that you're in business, I expect you to be able to answer that question. It's a very simple
is solved.
question. If I say RPE and you don't know what your revenue per employee is, how are you deciding how much you're going to pay your employees if you don't know how much revenue your employees are producing year over year? You're just paying them whatever the fuck you want to pay them on the virtue of being nice. That's why you
Right?
can come up here and say that you're giving them a living
Crash out.
wage and all this shit because you're fucking
Crash out.
hemorrhaging.
Crash out.
Yeah, see, ma'am, you don't want to,
All
and
right.
see, I don't know
Okay.
business owners that behave the way you do. You should be able to
No,
take the
you're behaving
criticism. If
ridiculously.
I'm
You're
saying
trying to be
something,
Mr.
if
Mr.
I'm saying
Businessman, and you don't
something
have a
that you don't
heart.
understand,
You,
ma'am, and you don't have a brain,
you don't have a heart.
and you don't have a brain, that's fine. If you don't want that, listen, I'm not even up here to try to I'm not up here to try to demonize you. I'm not up here to try to make you seem like you're less than. I'm not up here to do any of those things. I want you to succeed. Everybody. I want every employee to succeed. I
There
want
you
every
go.
business owner to succeed.
You don't.
However, comma, right? However, comma,
You don't.
right? Hey, man, look, you can say I don't. I've got plenty of followers that disagree with you. So
Listen.
I mean, it is what it is. I hope
I
your business
succeed,
turns out
that
to be
proves you
successful.
wrong.
I really
If I
do.
succeed, that proves you're wrong, and you can't be proven wrong. You cannot be proven wrong. So if I succeed
Well,
at
if you
this and
succeed,
I'm
that'd be a
able to
good thing,
pay a
right?
living wage, if I'm able to pay a living wage and still live a decent life myself, not knowing what my profit fucking margin is, then I prove you wrong. And so you don't want me to
She's
succeed.
making it
You
worse.
don't want me to succeed.
Don't
You
do
don't.
you think that what
You
I'm
don't.
saying
You're a
is
fucking
important
joke
in
that
any
doesn't
way,
pay a
shape, or
living wage.
form?
You're a greedy son of a bitch, and someone's gonna
You
pop
haven't
you
even
like a
asked me.
tornado.
You haven't even.
Fuck off,
Oh,
bitch.
okay. All right. Whatever you say. So again, right? In business owners that behave in that manner, okay? Business owners that behave in that manner, do you actually believe the things that she's saying, right? Because all I do is come up here and help people that come up here and ask for it. But do we actually believe what she's saying? I think it's bullshit. I think a business that you're saying is going to profit $250,000, if you're paying 4 employees and you're paying them all a living wage, that means you're paying them over $50,000 a year. That's already $250,000, $300,000 right there. And do you really think that a business owner is going to come up on a public platform with people watching and then call for the unaliving of somebody that she disagrees with? Honestly. See, when you hit them with facts, they don't like that. When you can come up here and you can show that you actually know what you're talking about, you actually understand business better than they do, the people that are going to fail are the people that can't take the criticism. She couldn't take it. And she's giving her employees health insurance too. Come on now. What do we, a business owner that doesn't know their profit margins, doesn't know what RPE is, okay, doesn't understand break-even points, got 4 employees and apparently a CPA that she's paying, as well as another person that she's paying in order to make sure that all this stuff is taken care of, the things that she's supposed to know as a leader, right? That she just wants to use money and throw money around so that she doesn't have to be a good leader. She's paying all these people, right? $250,000 profit, apparently. I don't know. You decide. Sounds like horseshit to me. Julian,
What's
how you
going
doing,
on? No
man?
excuses. Pretty good.
Hey, man, how old are you? What do you do for a living?
34. I'm an investor.
Awesome. Um,
CV.
fantastic. What do you have to say on the topic?
I think that it's ridiculous.
Awesome. Tell me why.
Your employees are what makes your company, quite literally. Especially if you have seven, you're not present at all seven, maybe five. You have managers, depending on what business you're in, you have people functioning, operating your business. That's your bread and butter.
Okay. Is that it? Oh, I didn't know you were done talking. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So let me correct that real quick. My employees don't make my business. Okay. My people's employees don't build my vision. My employees don't take my risk. Okay. They help run the machine that I built. And they didn't design the machine, they didn't finance the machine, they didn't strategize the machine, and they don't stress over the machine at 4 a.m. when payrolls due, and maybe a client backed out of a contract and you're struggling to pay payroll. I hired them
So,
long after the hard part was already done. There's a lot of things that come into business that employees don't have anything to do with. They don't come up with the business idea. They don't invest the money. They don't sign the leases. They don't take on the debt. They don't build the systems, create the brand, acquire the customers, learn the industry. They don't put their credit on the line. They don't lose sleep worrying about the business. They don't do any of those things. They
hold
showed
on,
up
hold on, hold
after
on.
I took the risk. They showed up after I built the opportunity for them. They showed up after I created the income stream in order to pay them. So if employees made the business, and I want you to answer this, if the employees make the business, then why didn't they build it themselves?
So, there's something you said in there. You
I
said
want you to answer. I
manufacturing.
want you to answer my question first, and then you can go on to what you were about to talk about. If the employees make the business, why didn't they build it themselves?
Well, in a lot of cases, because they didn't have the funding. It sounds like you got funding from a CV or an
Haven't
angel
received any
investor.
loans from anybody in my 5 years in business.
And what are you doing talking about? Why are you talking about credit then?
What do you mean? Do you know what business credit is? Are you aware of that?
Of course I do. Dude, I
Do
do
I need a
like
do I need
almost
a I'm sorry,
eight figures a year.
do I need
Like,
a loan in order to have business credit and put my credit on the line for the business?
well, this may be your anecdotal experience, your business,
No, no,
but
no. I'm
most
just asking,
businesses,
bro. You said that I told you I didn't get a loan, and you said, "Why are you talking about credit?" And then I said, "I don't have to have a loan in order to have business credit or person like." So answer that question first.
right? But you're talking about business in general, not your anecdotal business, right? Just because
I'm
you may
sorry. I'm
have
sorry. I'm
a
sorry. I'm sorry.
niche business.
Maybe we're having a dialogue that like stay on one topic at a time. I said they didn't put their credit on the line. You said it sounds like you got funding in order to start your business, and the reason why they couldn't build the business is because they didn't have the funding. I didn't get any funding to start my business. I started them all from scratch, from the bottom.
So you took risks. Why didn't they? That's your question.
Yes, if the employees make the business, then why didn't they build it themselves?
I mean, a lot of that is imposter, lack of ambition, lack of drive, lack of knowledge.
And
I mean, there's
all of
a
that
lot
stuff
of
is personal. That
excuses.
doesn't have anything to do with anybody but them.
True,
Lack of drive, lack of motivation, I don't have anything to do with that.
but you still
Why
rely
didn't they take the same risk that I took if they make the business? Could you think that it
if
might be
ever
because they don't know how to, they don't know how to run one, they don't understand how it works? Do you think it might be a lack of
it-
knowledge?
initially, sure.
Well, yes, right? So if it's a lack of knowledge, then don't you think that the onus on the would be on the business owner in order to teach the people that want to get in business how to properly get in business and make it successful?
Initially, yes, for most businesses, yeah.
Okay. So if they choose to be an employee and they choose that they're not going to go into business for themselves, then the negotiation is already, you understand? The only thing that is going to make that equal is you acquiring skills and making yourself more valuable within the country in the market, and then making the company more money is going to get you paid more money, right? But deep down,
Sure.
those employees know that the truth is that they want stability. They don't want responsibility. They want the reward without the risk. They're not like I'm not replaceable. Like the business exists because of me. In the moment that I step away, the business dies if I don't know how to run it properly. Employees are replaceable. Even the good ones are replaceable because I have systems and procedures and leadership that create the consistency within the business.
So you don't have like managers that do operations for you?
Sure, I do, but they don't. Those managers that oversee those operations had to get a SOP from me that I built. They wouldn't know how to do it
Okay.
if you just throw them
And
out there and say, "Hey, manage that thing." They're like,
and
I don't know what you mean by that."
and when you I mean seven businesses might be enough to hire somebody to do your SOPs.
I don't hire
Like
anybody to do
at
my
a
SOP. I just build them all myself because I've started. I don't have any partners with any of these companies. They're all mine and 100% owned by me. I don't have a bunch of people that I can go to in order to write SO or pay somebody to write SOPs for me. That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, well, that might be like the case in your if you're doing like manufacturing or you have something proprietary and stuff. But most companies, if you want to scale, you have to have valuable employees. If you have like a technology company, you're not going to be doing like, say you're doing app development, you're not going to be doing it yourself. You need a team. You need to get
Mm-hmm.
people that are highly skilled, and you need to be able to coordinate, to manage, to get them to excel as a team in the best way, most productive way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are still valuable. Not everyone is just some McDonald's worker that's replaceable. There's people out there that are highly
Bullshit. They're
skilled
all
that will make you
replaceable.
millions.
Every single fucking one. Like 98% of the country, as far as employees are concerned, replaceable. Even the good ones are replaceable. And if you're in investing, you understand that and you know that that's true. It doesn't sound good. It sounds shitty as hell, but that is the truth. And I'm tired of these people coming up here trying to make it seem like that the corporation or the business, right, the entity is going to find them so irreplaceable that they're not going to let them go or find somebody else. They absolutely will, and everybody in here knows that. You can be fired and you will be replaced.
Sure, and it can also affect it can definitely affect performance if you like say have a really strong team, you fire the wrong manager, they take
If it
50
affects
people with them.
performance, that is not on the employee that left. That is on the business owner that failed to implement procedures within the business to train and onboard new employees. That becomes a business owner problem. But at the end of the day, even if that happens, the person that got fired still got fired. And they still got replaced. Even if it's with somebody that was worse than they were, they still got replaced.
I mean, I still don't agree. I mean, everything you're saying, it makes sense. I still don't think that employees are lazy just because they aren't starting their own companies. If
Okay.
everyone
Are
went
you
out and
an
started,
employee?
no,
You're not an employee. You're a business owner.
yes.
Okay. What's your corporate structure in your business?
I mean, I primarily get paid through interest. I invest in a lot of
That's not
startups
what
out
I
here in
asked. What's
California,
your corporate structure?
like my LLC,
I don't know.
or
Is it an LLC? Is it a sole
I have
prop?
an
Is it a C
LLC.
corp? Okay, it's an
No,
LLC.
yeah,
Is it a single member LLC or a multi-member LLC?
multi-member.
How many?
It's me and my wife.
Awesome. Okay, so let's say, for example, right, that you have somebody that's coming into your business and you pay them whatever you pay them, right? Whether it's low or high, you pay them whatever you pay them. And you decide to allocate funds through the money that you make inside of the business in order to help pay for your employees to go to school. And you also decide to acquire funds in order to pay for the health insurance for these employees, the vision, the dental. Okay. You also give them paid time off. You give them vacation and sick days. Okay. You give them all of those things and you give them an opportunity to advance within the company without having crazy college degrees or anything like that. Okay. Now, let's say that whatever you're paying them, let's say you go or they go to you and they say, hey, I need to make an extra $20,000 a year because the cost of living has gone up and I don't have enough money in order to pay all of my basic necessities. What are you going to say to that employee?
They have to be worth it. They have to be worth the money. And if they were, they'd probably be getting it.
So
If
do
you're
you
not,
not? So I'm sorry. Do you not think that it's entitled to have all of these amenities that the company provides you in order to move up within the world and make more money, to then come to the business owner and say, hey, I need you to pay me $20,000 more because I can't afford my expenses that I have, even though you have all these avenues in order to make me more money,
that's
right?
just
Do you think that
that's
that's
true.
Entitlement?
That just comes down to ignorance, man. They don't understand what it
Mm-mm,
takes
mm-mm,
to own a
mm-mm. No,
business.
no, it's not about them being in business. Is it entitled for a company to have multiple different amenities in order to progress their workforce, even if it means that they're not working for them, is it entitled for them to come up and ask you for $20,000 more if they're not taking advantage of those
Yes,
amenities?
yes, but they don't understand and
Thank
they don't
you.
care.
Listen, bro. Listen. Them not understanding, you could teach them as a business owner, right? You could teach them that, but it is still lazy, right? That they didn't come to you and ask you about the different fucking amenities that you provide in order to make them more money. And it's also entitled for them to do for them to ask you for more money if they're not taking advantage of what's already available. Like you just said it, man. You just said it. Like, no, they need to be worth it. There you go. So for the guys that are working at Walmart, you're just not worth it. For the guys that are Home Depot and Lowe's, you're just not worth it. All the fast food restaurants, you're just not worth it. But that doesn't mean that you can't get there at some point. But there's going to be work that has to be involved. If you're within the mentality that you shouldn't have to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to get where you need to go temporarily, then you won't get there. Be poor. That's what's going to happen because you're not willing to make sacrifices in order to get to where you want to go.
Yeah, but it's not all McDonald's workers, man. If I have 3 coders working for me, it's like, okay, well, we can get you there, but you have to work an extra 20 hours a week for your salary to get there. You have to meet these production levels. It's
These
not
guys
all.
don't want to work an extra 20 hours a week, man. I say that up here all the time. Get a part-time job, get an extra 20 hours a week. Use that money to invest towards certifications that are going to get you $65,000 to $70,000 entry level within the country. And they're like, I shouldn't have to do that. We live in the richest country in the world. And then I just hit them with, yeah, dude, the country's rich. You're not. Like, we didn't,
Yeah,
I
all
guess
right,
we
man.
didn't really
Well,
get taught that.
I fold. You got me. All right.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one. I mean, dude, like, to me, this is basic stuff. Um, you're kind of, you're kind of lover. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for getting it right, man. I appreciate that.
Not a
So,
problem. How old are you? What do you do for a living, brother?
um, that's a confusing question. I'm a contract worker. If you want to put it in basic layman terms, I'm a contract worker.
Okay, that's
I,
fine.
I
In what industry?
contracts, multiple industries.
Okay. How old are you?
Contracted for construction. Me, I'm 46.
Awesome. Go ahead.
I started as a mechanic. I ran restaurants. I've run seafood dealers, wholesale foes, boats. Right now, my contract is with a cable construction company where I build aerial cable for a major cable supplier. And I agree. My employee, the one I work for now, it owes me nothing. It does not owe me a livable wage. I'm paid what I'm earned. What I show, I am paid. What I produce, they pay me. What they invest, I get. You know, if I save you money and I continuously save you money and continuously make money
I'm
and
gonna pay you more.
continuously invest, huh?
I'm gonna pay you more if you can save me money.
Absolutely. If I make you money, save you money, are you going to pay me more?
Yes.
Are you going to give me the knowledge to continue to grow in your company?
Yeah. If you continue to save us money and progress the business, absolutely. But the question, like, that's
Okay.
not really. I think people understand that to a small degree. They don't understand how to do it. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand how to
Okay.
save a company money. They don't understand how to be more valuable. Okay, those are the things that I'm talking about.
Well, this is where we've blinded our youth to that value of where it is. We've made an unlivable wage, trying to make it livable,
Right.
and now we're demanding more. I can't make as much living the life. I live in my means. If you can't live in your means and your margins of your profit, don't go outside it. Then go get a better job. Go increase your value.
Right. Um. Is it Kita? Kita Quita? Hello.
Yes, Kita. Hello.
Hey, ma'am. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. How old are you? What do you do for a living?
I'm 42. I work in education, and I recently stepped away from a nonprofit organization. So I have 2 master's degrees, one in education and one in social work.
Okay. What do you have to say on the topic?
I don't really agree with that. Um, because the cost of living goes up like every year, and unless I'm getting a cost of living increase, I don't feel as though a lot of organizations are paying a livable wage, especially at a professional degree level. So
I mean, ma'am, you've got two
yeah, I don't
master's
really agree with
degrees in
that,
like
and I
low
don't
income
think I should
fields,
have to
though.
pay.
Yeah, cost of living has to do with the
Yeah, what
government,
do you
not
mean
the
low income
company
field?
employing you.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah,
Sorry.
Keita, you've got you have two master's degrees in low paying fields. So, like, if people are asking for a living wage, do you have
Well,
living skills?
well, of course. You don't go to school as long as I did for
Ma'am,
to just play around.
the master's degree isn't what's valuable
I
anymore.
could have. Okay, then
Work
what is?
experience.
Your experience would be more valuable.
So let me give you a little bit more background. Yeah. So I have over 3 decades of experience.
3
I'm
decades
42 years
of
old.
experience in what?
And I always, yeah,
How do you have 3 decades of
human
experience?
services,
How do you?
social
I'm sorry.
services, and education.
There's a bit of a latency there. I don't. How do you have 3 decades of experience and you're in your 40s? That would mean when you were a teenager, like
When you were
13,
10 years old.
14.
When you were 10 years old.
Okay, you shave off 7 years from that. You want to say
Okay.
30 years?
23
You want to say
years, 24
25
years.
years?
Okay.
I mean, I've been in the workforce since 16, working in hospitals, like clerk jobs and admin jobs. I've always worked. That's my story. I've always worked.
Okay. Well, so you're
Could I
saying
mention
that costs.
something?
You're hold on, bro. I'm doing it one at a time because too many people talking at one time is like
Sorry,
people need
my
to be
bad,
able to
my bad.
hear.
My
So,
bad, man.
Keita, like when we're talking about employees within the marketplace, okay, that y'all go out and get these master's degrees. Why didn't you get a master's degree in a field that is high earning? Why didn't you get a master's degree in like engineering and science, right? Or maybe a biology, a master's in biology, or law, something like that. Why choose two fields that are low paying fields?
Because education is not a low paying field actually, but it depends on which role you're taking. So if you want to be a principal, on average, yeah, principal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm starting at like if you talking about a principal, those master's degrees, and if you just get your principal certification, you're guaranteed in my city. I work in an urban area, so the school community is a very large district. So we're talking about anywhere from 190K on the low end up to 150K. But I don't have a principal certification. But education is undervalued, and so I don't think that's a low like paying field. I just think that we undervalue it because those
If
are
the
the future
if the
educators.
field
Like we're
is getting paid lower lower than the average for like the average amount of money that people want to make in order to build a life for themselves, then it's a low paying field. Like social work is a low paying field. Like the getting a master's degree in social work is only going to give you an extra $10,000 to $20,000 a year, and you're already starting in social work around
yeah,
$45,000.
no, I actually make more than that, but um, so I make 70K, but I intend on getting my license to practice,
Social work.
and it's just taking a test. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And how much does that pay once you have the license? Somebody that has a social work license within the United States, what is the average amount nationwide that they get paid? The median.
I would say it varies, depending on your city, depending on your clients. It depends on a lot of things.
It doesn't. The numbers are
You
out
can
there through the
make
Bureau of
upwards
Labor
of about
Statistics.
100K plus.
Ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That is incorrect. I
No.
just searched that up and
No,
yeah, and it's not
it
right.
like if you're talking like licensed clinical
Which
social
cities are
workers,
which
I'm
wait,
talking about a median. Okay, so if you live in a higher
yeah.
income, if
Which
you live in a higher income state, adjust,
okay.
right? But even still, the median around there for licensed clinical social workers is around
Yeah.
$80,000. Okay. And then if you have, social workers nationwide are
Yeah.
making on a median of $60,000 a year, and if you have a master's degree, you'll probably make 63 to 68. But I mean, that's. But anyway, I don't want to harp.
Yeah,
I don't want to harp on that. I really don't. I
I
don't want
live
to
in a
harp on
higher.
that. But okay, so
Okay.
you have that you're working now. You make $70,000 a year. Okay. Do you plan on retiring?
Mm-hmm. Not anytime soon.
What in the world? What do you mean not any? What do you mean not anytime soon? Now, I
Can you hear me?
understand that you're 40, but I mean, like, you should be planning on retiring in the next less than 30 years.
Oh, okay, that's a reasonable time frame, but not anytime soon. I'm still young. That's how
Do
I
you
look
have
at it.
you're not still young, man. Please, I don't want to disrespect you or anything. 40 is not still young when it comes to investing money towards retirement. You might look young, but you're not
Okay.
still young when it comes to investing money towards retirement. Now, I would, I would agree that you probably do look younger than your age. I get it. But do you have a retirement account?
I do. Yes, I have 2 of them.
Okay, what 2 retirement accounts do you have?
I have it through my employer. It's called PSERS,
It's called what?
and there's another one. I don't really remember the name of it. It's through our district. It's called PSER.
Okay. And you said the other one you
And
don't
there's
know what
another
it
one that
is.
we have.
Okay.
Yeah, they just take it out my pay.
Right.
Can I say something real fast?
This is bad. This is not good. I really mhm. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually here because I'm open to suggestions, but
Yeah, so
you said get a degree in
you
engineering.
have
I don't think everyone can just get.
I'm sorry. There's a lag, and I don't know why there's a lag. If you're on Wi-Fi, maybe you need to switch over to data or vice versa,
I
something like
know.
that. But I don't know of anything. I don't know of a retirement plan called PSCR. Now you might be talking about OPERS.
No, no, it's PSERS. PSER.
Okay. How much money are you investing inside of your retirement account every month?
It's about 600.
600 a month. And what is it? What does your retirement account track? What is it tracking?
Oh, geez. I don't even look at it.
Okay, so that's the lazy part that I'm talking about. You're going to work, you've got 2 master's degrees, and you don't really know anything about basic investing. That's the lazy part that I'm talking about when I say that employees tend to be lazy, because I don't want you guys working every day for the rest of your life until you die. I want you guys retiring millionaires within the country. That's the point of this channel. We're trying to increase the amount of people retiring millionaires in the country by quite a bit. It's 12% right now. I want it up to 30. That's going to be hard, but it's okay. But it's 600 a month. If it was tracking the S&P 500, that's more than enough. You're going to be retiring probably more than 2 million if you've been investing since you were about 20 something. But if you just started recently, it's going to be less than that. So I would encourage you, if you to sit around, and I can talk about that a little bit more, but I would hope that I would encourage you to open up, some retirement accounts, either a Roth IRA or if your company has a 401k that matches, something like that. But you not understanding those basic things, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Who wanted to go next? Stone Dave.
Yeah.
I was actually next. I was on here before Stone 8.
Oh, I'm sorry, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to answer your prompt, I feel as though depending on what type of business you have, if people come to you willing to work, I just feel as though like minimum wage is still something to factor in as far as people trading their time for money. Now, I definitely
Minimum.
understand.
You said minimum wage?
Yeah, like do you like as far as like I don't owe you a living wage, do you mean under minimum wage?
No. Do
Like
you
you
know the
would
difference? Maybe do you understand the difference between living wage and minimum wage?
There
Oh, I
is a
thought
difference.
honestly, I'm thinking you're talking about like minimum wage, like
No.
below
Okay.
minimum
So
wage.
living wage is paying somebody enough to be able to take care of the basic necessities within the area that they live.
That's
Minimum
the
wage is the
definition of
amount.
minimum wage, though, right?
No, it is not.
Uh,
Minimum wage is the amount that the federal government dictates you can't pay anybody under this amount, right?
Right, but
So
you
the
know the
living
history
wage,
right
of
there.
when that
the
started,
living
its
wage within the
definition was
country, the
exactly
living wage within the country, okay, is a lot higher than the minimum wage in a lot of these states, okay. So like we're here where I live, we don't have a state minimum wage. Our minimum wage goes off of the federal, so it's $7.25, but a living wage in my area is around $22 an hour.
right. So you're saying that when minimum wages were created, the idea was for it not to be a living wage, and you're wrong. The idea
That is
wasn't
not that is not what I'm
exactly.
that is not what I'm saying. You don't have to misconstrue anything that I say. I'm very blunt, so you don't if that's what you're trying to say, if that's what you're trying to push out, that's fine, but that is not what I said.
It is what you said. You're trying to
Okay.
act like
So
That
it's
is
not what
again,
you
not
said.
what he said.
inability to be able to listen and comprehend. That's another thing that's
That is
holding
not
a
what he
lot of you
said.
guys back. You
Okay.
guys don't understand listening skills.
So you're saying that so what a minimum wage is clearly not a living wage right now, correct? All right. When it was created, was it
No.
meant to be?
Nope. That's a government standard.
It was,
It's
I'm
not.
sorry. Are you
I
saying? Are you
disagree. I feel
saying?
like
Are you
minimum
saying?
wage
Was
is
it? Are you saying? Was it? Or are you saying? Is that what it was meant to be? Which one?
I asked you both of those questions.
Okay. Was it? No. Was it meant to be? Yes.
Okay. So do you understand that when people talk about a living wage in its created intent, that they're talking about a living wage, and that's a kind of natural equivocation because that's what it was intended to be.
I would agree. That's where I'm coming from.
So when you reject that equivocation, what you're doing is purposefully decoupling it from a living wage, right?
That's exactly right. Because if we look into the history, people with minimum wage when it was introduced in 1938, okay, it was 25 cents an hour. Okay, people were not able to buy homes, raise families, have cars, and live comfortably on minimum wage back then.
I'd have to look into that. I don't know if that's actually the start.
Well, I mean, we can
I'm
look
take
up.
your word for it.
We can look up. I think a really good way in order to a barrier to look at would be what were home prices in 1938.
I mean, I'm sure that the government kept a record of what it was. It's probably just a simple Google search that I could do.
Can I make one more point?
Right. So like
go.
the home price in 1938 was $3,900, right? That's the average home. Okay. So if you're making 25, so I'm gonna let's just say you're the bank and I'm the borrower. I go to you and I make 25 cents an hour. That's $10 a week, 40 hours a week. So that's $520 a year. Okay. I'm trying to buy a house that costs $4,000. Are you going to give me the loan for the $4,000 home if I'm bringing in $520 a year?
I mean, that depends on your history.
Oh, let's say the history's great. Do I make enough money to be able to afford that home?
Definitely not.
So you're making 500 a year. The loan is what, like 4K?
Well, $520 a year. The home is $4,000.
Right. So over 30 years.
Well, I mean, okay, listen, man. A typical mortgage with, I mean, even if you were putting 20% down, right? The interest rate, the rates weren't low back then.
$130 a year, right? I'd give you that loan, yeah.
You'd give me that loan $130 a year. You wait, $130 a month, right?
No, a year.
$130 a year. I make $520 a year. You think that homes like per month they're This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And you don't think I'm going to give you an $11, $12 a month loan? Yeah,
dude, it's not 100 and that. Okay.
That just made no sense. What the fuck? Oh god.
That did not make no sense. Do you want me to walk you through the math?
Yes, please do.
Okay. It's still on my screen. So 4,000 divided by
I can't hear you, man. You're cutting out.
4,000 divided by 30 divided by 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's $11, dude.
Yeah, $11. What about it?
That's not what they were paying, is my point. They were paying about $30 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the mortgage wasn't, and the mortgage back then. Hold on. The mortgage back then was not 30 years. It was 10. Okay, it was 10-year loans. That was a typical mortgage term was around 3 to 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so my monthly income minimum. It's not illegal. They just weren't a thing. My monthly income making minimum wage is $43 a month, and you're going to give me a loan that's $30 a month for a home.
Okay, I think at this point, I don't. We're deep in the math.
Dude, no, listen, because I know you gotta, bro. 2 years, bro. It's super simple. The mortgage is about $43 a month. I make fucking what? If I make $520, if I make $520 a year, my income would be $43 a month, and my mortgage payment would be about $20 to $35 a month. Are you giving me that mortgage? If I'm making $43 a month and the payment is $30 a month, are you giving me that mortgage?
That would depend on your history. If you can make
y'all don't want to be honest, man.
No,
this is a fundamental flaw. Y'all don't want to be honest about it.
Okay, 2 ears. You like that?
Yes, please.
This depends wholly on what the prices of other things at the time were. Correct?
Oh my God. Let's just take that out of account.
We're good, dude. You're paying the mortgage. If we're taking that out of the account, then you are good.
I'm glad you don't have a bank.
Works, I'm giving you the mortgage. If you fail, I'll take the house.
Yeah, dude,
How is that hard?
No, man. No.
It's not.
You're not getting the mortgage.
Yes.
You're not getting a 30 to $40 a month mortgage if you're making if you're making $43 a month. That's not happening.
Goodness. We should do the metrics now and compare it to what kind of mortgages you can get now, like as percentage of a paycheck, because you absolutely can get those loans now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, man. So let's just say you did get that loan. Are you going to be able to have the house? Are you going to be able to pay for a car?
Let's go back to what I said 10 seconds ago. This depends on what other things.
Bro, listen, man. The mortgage is $43. I'm sorry. The mortgage is fucking $30 a month. I make $43 a month. Am I going to be able to have a car? Do I have enough money to feed myself? Have a car?
Planned accordingly.
We can't act like inflation isn't real. That's what Houston is saying. We can't act like inflation.
We're not even talking about inflation, bro. We're not even talking about that.
That's what he's referring to.
We're not talking about inflation, bro. We're talking about the raw numbers. It's very simple. If you make $43 a month, I'm not giving you a fucking loan for $35 a month.
Then your bank's going out of business.
If that's how much we have to pay.
No. Oh my goodness. All right, man. Whatever y'all say, bro.
But
this shit is so ridiculous.
Let's go a level deeper here because it goes deeper than the numbers, right? Well, it doesn't, but
he's saying he wouldn't give you a loan you wouldn't be able to pay because then he doesn't make any money.
Well, we already did
Correct.
the math. I can pay it. That's silly.
Oh my God, man, dude. Okay, bro, you got it, bro. You're right. God
I am
damn.
right, but that's
I know that's what
not
you want to
I
hear,
wanted to
bro.
talk
Like
about.
willful fucking ignorance is so fucking weird.
I literally did the
So
math
fucking
for
weird,
you,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, so I think
Weird
a
as
man
shit.
was I think a man was trying to make some points originally, but then you guys kind of went branched into
Go
this.
ahead, Emmanuel. I'm listening.
Just one more point.
So fucking ridiculous. Go ahead.
I feel as though if you're a company, depending on how successful you are, and you're expecting your employees to fulfill a certain amount of hours per week towards your company, I feel like you definitely owe them the minimum or living wage in that area.
Which one? The minimum or the living wage?
Well, I wasn't sure what that. I never even heard of a living wage until
We're
like this.
decoupling again.
Like I didn't even hear of it, to be honest, until
Okay.
like this live.
No,
So,
I
yeah.
got it. All right. So look, again, minimum wage in my state $7.25, okay, or $7.50 or something like that, right? The living
Yeah.
wage here is around $22 an hour because nobody here is pricing things off of the minimum wage because nobody makes the minimum wage here.
Okay.
And
Because
nowhere,
it's unsustainable,
nowhere, correct. Well, nowhere in the country, nobody in the less than 1% of the country makes minimum wage, federal minimum wage.
Exactly.
So
I never heard of it. I just feel like the living wage thing, like wherever you're from, came from the cost of living in that area.
correct,
You know what I mean? Because,
correct. It's different it's different everywhere you go.
yeah, so that's just my point I was just making. Like if you're gonna be someone who's starting a business and is requiring your employees to show up a certain amount of hours a week, I do feel like
So
you owe
let's
them some.
play that out, Emmanuel. Okay, I'm gonna show you the reason why. Let's say I have I got two people that come into my company. Let's just say they're the same person. They got the same situation. I'm paying them both $20 an hour. Okay, because that's how
All
much
right.
they need in order to pay for their basic living necessities. Let's say their names John and DeMarcus. Okay. Let's
All right.
say John, he's worked for me for a year, and John decides that he wants to get married and have children. Okay. So he went off and after year 2, he's had a child, he's got a wife, okay?
Okay.
He needs more money to be able to feed his children, right? And be able to feed his wife, right?
Wrong.
Right.
Right.
Wrong.
I see where you're going a little
Okay,
bit.
hold on 1 second,
keep going,
Emmanuel.
though, keep going,
Hold on. Okay, follow me. If you have a child, you need more money in order to feed your children than if you were just by yourself.
The
We can all
living
agree
wage
that is
standard
correct.
Right.
Okay,
feeds a
I
family.
can't
Absolutely.
see I can't finish. Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Absolutely, right? So, should I pay John more simply because he decided to get married and have children?
No.
It's a false premise. So, like, you
No,
can't be
that's
smug
actually not a
and
private.
then
That's not a
also
private
fallacious at the
business's.
same
That's
time.
not a private
It's
business's
ridiculous.
obligation. It's not a private business's obligation. You're
You
not
can't-
understanding
I-
that.
But
Houston.
Emmanuel,
I can't help
Emmanuel,
but
I,
say,
I
like,
agree with you. There is no obligation.
Yeah, so
Emmanuel,
cost of living
check this
also
out.
has nothing to do with that because it's not a private business's
I'm listening.
obligation to go based off of cost of living. If you have a problem with your cost of living, that has to do with your government.
Well,
Yeah,
it has to do with more than just the government.
It has to do with
but,
more than just the government, but
Yeah,
still,
you're
it's a
missing my
federal
point.
and
You're-
domestic thing.
But
It's
anyway,
not a
guys, I'm
private
talking.
business.
Hey, I'm talking to Emmanuel, and then I'm gonna let Stone Dape go, and then I gotta let Houston talk. Everybody else needs a chance to speak. So, Emmanuel, if you're saying what you're saying is I should not pay people based off of their need, I should pay them based off of their value.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would have to
Okay.
agree with that. You
All
know,
right.
but there's
So
it
that's
just
what
doesn't take
that's why we
away-
don't. That's why business owners we don't go off of the living wage. We go off of the value that they present to the organization that they work for. That's my point. I'm landing it there.
Yeah, I can't. You can't combat that. I just feel like you can't.
It's just simple facts. That's why you can't combat it.
Yeah, like this stuff is easy. Go
It's, like,
ahead,
not
go
that
ahead,
difficult
Stoned,
to get.
and then I gotta let Cousin go, and I gotta let Deanna
I
go.
don't really have much to say other than what you've already said. I'm glad you're bringing up issues like this. Entitlement is a huge problem. I live in Canada and I work in infrastructure, and things like unions are basically comparable to what you're saying and what is on your panel. So that's really all I was going to add to this. So
Yeah, excuse me, I would never want any of my workers to form a union in my workplace, but I have no problem with you guys getting into unions to make more money to get to where you need to go. I have no problem with that.
But so here in Canada, unions do have an entitlement issue. So the way a union thinks in Canada is, how can I do less and make more money? which is just an idiotic way to live life.
I just think it's weird that people like are getting like get unions because they don't like the amount of money or the benefits that are being provided within the job that they accepted. But like the CEO of the union that they get is also making significantly more money than the people that he represents. So it's okay when you're getting what you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy because like people join unions thinking like, oh, the benefits are great, etc. But you have to fulfill a certain amount of union points based off of the amount of hours you work for said union, and if you don't complete that, you don't get your full pension.
Correct.
So you get robbed at the end of the day.
And the unions also, the unions are not teaching these guys like how pensions work. They're not teaching them how retirement works. Nobody is. Even the big corporations that give out 401ks, they're not going to tell their employees, "Hey man, you got this 401k, but you don't really make enough. You don't really make enough money in order to retire properly within the United States. So you're going to be working here forever. Welcome to your new home." Like they don't say that because that would mean that would make somebody go, "Huh, maybe I don't need to be working here."
These are like blatantly obvious facts that I don't even know how people on this panel can debate. Like it's just crazy to me.
Well, everybody, listen, bro. Listen, everybody has an opinion, and the way that great things get done within this country is by people like me and people like Houston and people like even Emmanuel. We all get together, we hash out what we want within the country, and then we go ahead and make a policy and try to put it into law, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like there is no like obviously I'm conservative, right? Like I'm a conservative person, okay? Yeah. So it is good to have conservatives and liberals and progressives and even some of the third party libertarian whatever. It's great to have all of these different people with all of these different views on how they want the country to be within the country, because all of those opinions and all those conversations culminate together in order to create something that we want to be good. So like it's always good to have people, and I don't want to be in an echo chamber and be surrounded by people that think like me all fucking day. I need the challenge. I need somebody to challenge my beliefs so I can be a better person. And that's what it's all about.
And it's not up to the business to teach people their 401ks when they have the 401k in place.
They can't do that.
Third party who?
That's true. It isn't. It's up to the individual.
No. Can I answer that? Because you legally cannot tell your employees how to operate their 401k. Like that is a federal law in the United States.
Yeah, you can't. You can't tell them. You can't tell them how to operate it, but you can teach them
on the business to do it.
Right. Well, you can teach. Hold on. Guys. When I start talking, I need you guys to stop, bro, because people need to be able to hear. Yes, Skeet. Yes, that it is illegal. You can't give them like investment advice and all that other stuff, but you could tell them how this thing works, because we understand that people in America don't understand compound interest and how it works. That is base level shit that you can put inside of an employee handbook and have people sign. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is how the 401k works. This is why we're giving you the 401k. This is how 401k matches work, right? The amount of people that come up here that think that their company is matching 100% is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. No, they're not matching 100%. No company is doing that. Okay, this is how it works. A, B, C, D, E. So they could teach them about those things and then encourage their employees to go out and do their own research and figure out what investments they want to get into. But the reason they don't do that is because they don't get to choose what investments they get into with the 401k. The company's choosing their investments for them. That's why I don't push people towards 401ks. I get them in Roth IRAs and brokerage accounts. That way you can choose what investments you get yourself into. And it forces you to be able to be knowledgeable on where you're putting your money.
Hell yeah.
That is true. I will just push back on one thing you said about there's no company doing 100%. If the company is technically a nonprofit that is profitable, I know that sounds crazy, but a nonprofit is just a way you do your taxes. They could possibly be offering 100% 401k. I've worked at 2 places like that before. The other thing with the options, it really depends on how big that 401k account is. So if that 401k account is like over $40 million, so that means total people that put in money in there, more than likely the 401k company is going to offer some type of investor manager directly to that company, who will work with maybe your top level employees to pick your options. It's like that's the best way that employees
right, but I still don't get to choose. I don't get to choose what I put my money into. The company is choosing for me. You understand what I'm saying? Like with a brokerage account, I have a vast amount of things that I can choose from. With a 401k, I do not. And also, I tell people stop putting their money in 401ks. 401ks are fucking dumb. Don't put your money in 401ks.
Yeah, TFSA and RSP are good too.
Anywho, let's Houston, did you want to go ahead, or can I get to Deanna, or is it Deanna, ma'am? How do I say your name?
Deanna.
Deanna. I'm sorry. Houston, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so there's the only point I wanted to make, and I'll be honest with you, being in here and seeing some of the things you've had to deal with, you know, great patience. I guess I would ask you this. Do you feel that capitalism is supported by civilization or the other way around?
What do you mean?
So I view markets and job diversity and the fact that we're not all farmers, right, on a civilization model, right? So that means we are required as a civilization through whatever mechanism or system we choose to diversify work.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
not
Then
to
I,
say
I
people.
understand. I understand your question. So you're saying is
Okay,
civilization does civilization support capitalism, or does capitalism support the civilization? No,
right.
capitalism because civilization supports capitalism.
Perfect. Okay.
Capitalism is the foundation of civilization, and then civilization is the foundation that allows capitalism to exist. That's what I believe.
Hold on. You said capitalism is the foundation of civilization or the
No,
other way?
capitalism is not the foundation of
Okay.
civilization. Civilization is the foundation that allows capitalism to exist. I might have said it wrong
Perfect.
the first
Okay.
time, but
No, it's all good. We agree completely. So my only contention here, in addition to what I said about the intention of what a minimum wage is why it exists, why that intention exists, and that is to support the system that supports capitalism. Because capitalism under a well-supported foundation is the best thing that, like, as far as markets go, that we've done. Um, Taking out all the corruption and the cronies, um, which is the fault of lazy and entitled people who are not stepping up to do their part in this civilization.
mhm. I,
But
I
I
I
think
definitely
when
have
we
a
pull
response
that
to that,
rug
but go
out,
ahead.
you start to see things crumble. And I think over the last 100 years, we have watched that slow erosion.
Yeah, but I mean, you guys are not doing the things that you're supposed to do in order to actually work within the system. Like you're
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
not
whoa, whoa, whoa,
building
whoa,
any
whoa.
wealth
I'm a
within the
business owner,
system.
so it's not you guys.
No, you got no business owners too, man.
Okay,
Like, did you see the first lady that came up here?
maybe not.
Okay, she's in business and she thinks that she doesn't have to understand what profit margins are. She doesn't even know what her profit margin
That's
is in her
crazy.
business. So it's them
Okay.
too.
Yeah, no,
So
okay. I
but
agree. I agree with you.
I
I
want to
agree
talk
with you.
about what you said though, because you said that your contention, well, what I was saying was that what you said, the minimum like why the minimum wage exists, and you think that it's to support the system that allows capitalism to exist.
Yes.
So I disagree. Minimum wage doesn't exist to support capitalism. It exists to prevent worker exploitation in extremely low skilled jobs. So like it was never designed
I
to
mean,
sustain a family, to buy a house, to support the entire economic system. Like it was created to prevent abuse. It wasn't meant to guarantee comfort. And I think that that is the fundamental like misconstruement that people have within the country is that they want to be
I both
comfortable on the
agree.
minimum wage, and that's not what it was
Yeah,
meant for.
I both agree and disagree. But regardless, my contention still stands. Right? Is that you like? Because here's the thing: um, you have to be able to live to participate.
Yeah, and
Right?
people are living.
And we should agree as a group, how much should you be laboring minimum so that this system can actually turn?
Well,
Like
it's a
if
different
there is a
amount in the
minimum.
beginning. It's a different amount in the beginning than it is later on. That's why retirement's a thing. So, like, how much should you be laboring to? Like, we've created a great system where it depends on what you provide to the society, how much you're going to labor, right? That's what it depends.
Right.
So like if you're providing a high ticket sales item to the society and you're comfortable living on $85,000 a year, you might only have to sell 150 of those products in order to make that money on your commission. And then it might take you 6 months to do that, and you chill out the rest of the 6 months. You could do that, or
take the 6 days.
you could, or you could, labor the rest of the year, make more money, and then, build whatever you want to build for yourself. But the issue that I have with the people within society is that you guys don't understand the wealth builders within the country. And there are people out there on the opposite side than what I'm on, right? That have demonized wealth building within the country. They want to put a cap on how much money you're allowed to make. They want to tax you in this exorbitant amount because you make because your net worth is higher than other people in the country, because they don't understand the difference between net worth and income. Like
some people are motivated by those feelings, but other people are motivated by the math and the understanding that eventually, if you allow money hoarding and you don't put it back into this water wheel that is the economic system, then what you get is feudalism, and it is on the horizon.
Well, but listen, like, why do you think I'm up here saying the things that I'm saying?
Well, I think you have a good message, and I think you have good intentions, which is people need to get off their asses and start reading some fucking books and save this economy. And it literally is their laziness and their entitlement that has fucked this world. So
I love it.
Dude.
And so
$20.
I agree with that 100%.
About education.
$20, bro. And it's written by a CPA. That's the crazy part. Like a CPA, the person that the lady in the beginning was like, well, I have a CPA that's going to tell me all this stuff, right? It's written by a CPA. I'm going to put this shit on the TikTok shop so that you guys can buy it. She has a ton of books, a ton of them. I got one that I was also reading because I don't read one book at a time. I can learn a little bit differently. I don't have to read one book at a time. I can still retain the information. But Stock Market 101, right? So I read these books, and through the things that I've learned through the different books that I've read about those topics, I come up here and I try to teach you guys the things that you need to know in order to retire in the country, right? So when I come up here and I say, there's been people, right? I come up here and I say, I want to increase the amount of millionaires within the country. They think that's a bad thing. And I said, the only reason you think that's a bad thing is because you don't understand how much money you need in order to retire in the United States comfortably. Being a millionaire is damn near a requirement in order to retire comfortably within the United States, period.
But if your retirement is far off, it certainly will be.
Right. So I mean, when I come up here, like for instance, right? Is there anybody in here that makes around $50,000 a year?
Yeah.
Who does?
Me.
Oh, multiple people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of the cousin, you said you do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use you.
Above it, like 50.
I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out of here. I gotta go take care of my
Okay.
booze.
Okay, Houston. Nice talking to you, bro. Come back sometime. Cousin, I'm gonna get on you. Right? How much debt do you have?
Good debt or debt period?
No, bad debt.
Bad debt? $1,700.
Okay. What about the rest? What's the good debt that you have?
I have a loan on a vehicle that I consider it decent debt because I'm building credit. Well, it's not a horrible deal.
Fuck no, that's not what that means. No, that's bad debt too.
Okay, fine, my bad. All right, then
look, good debt is debt that you get. Okay, $19,000 in debt. 19,000. Correct. That's right. Good debt means that the debt that you took out is making money for you over the debt amount. So if you took out a $19,000 loan on a piece of equipment, you need to be making more than $20,000 a year for the piece of equipment that you gotta finance or whatever, right? So that's good debt. Anything that's not making you money is bad debt. Okay, and then that kind of gets into the conversations about assets and liabilities. But so you've got $19,000 in debt, and you make what, $55,000 a year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What if I told you?
I know you were right.
No. I'm not, bro. Listen, bro. 19,000 is really not that bad. Okay, it's bad in relation to the amount of money that you make per year, but it's really not that bad, man. When you're like, I've had people up here with 70, 30, $50,000 in debt making less than you make. So I mean, it's really not that bad. I don't want to sit here and pretend that it is. What if I told you that? Do you have a house right now, or are you renting?
I rent.
Okay. What if I told you I'm assuming you want a house, right?
Yes.
Okay. What if I told you that you don't need to buy a house, that you need to buy a multifamily property instead?
I mean, that'd be pretty smart.
Yep.
That's why I want
Right.
to relocate.
Okay.
You're talking about like living in one unit, renting out the others, have them pay it off.
Living in one unit, renting out the other 3. They don't worry about paying it off. You don't have to worry about that. But living in one unit, renting out the other 3. Okay. Living rent free, saving your money, and using the money from that property as a cash out refinance to get another property. And you continue to roll that over until you have enough revenue or net operating income coming in order to pay for the house that you really want to have. That way, somebody else is paying your mortgage and you're not paying your mortgage. The money that you make from your regular job, you can do whatever you want to do with it.
Okay, that sounds pretty fire.
Now, do you think that you could get approved for that right now at $55,000 a year?
Well, I mean, depends on the details and everything, but probably not. I mean,
that is 100% correct. It depends on the details. Now, you could get approved for it. Absolutely. You would just have to find.
The rate might be ass.
It shouldn't be. It'll be around 6. It'll be around 5.5 to 6%. But what you do is you take out an FHA loan. You put get a $500,000 property that is occupied. Okay, and what the bank is going to do is they're going to take the income from your regular job, and they're going to take the net operating. You're going to take 75% of the net operating income from the multifamily, and they're going to add that to your qualified income for the loan. So your income, if you had a property, like how much is rent for a 2-bedroom where you live?
Somewhere between 25 and like $3,000.
Okay, let's just say it was 25. Let's say it's 2,500. Okay, and you had 3 people paying 25 because you're gonna be living in one unit. You had 3 people paying you $2,500 a month. That's $7,500 a month, and per year you're gonna be making $90,000 in gross operating income. You're gonna take half of that money. Okay. Now this is separate. You're going to take half of that money to put towards, principals, taxes, mortgage, insurance, maintenance, right? But when it comes to that 90,000, the bank is going to take 75% of that 90,000, and they're going to add it to your income from your regular job. So 75% of 90,000 is 67,500. They're going to add that to your 55,000, and now your qualified income to get into that property is $122,500 a year. Now, do you think you're going to get into that property now?
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely, right?
Probably.
Absolutely, you're going to get in there. So
wait, would it make more sense to let it stack and buy with cash then?
No, don't worry about buying with cash, man. Let the really rich people worry about that shit with commercial. Like, don't worry about buying with cash.
Thick skin if you want to be a landlord too.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're not gonna know you're the landlord anyway, because you're gonna hire a property management company. So you're not gonna be handling any of that. Okay, so now you can get into that. Now that's somebody that's making $55,000 a year, right? Now watch that, bro. Watch that. Most people in the country are making what you make. So they have the opportunity in order to get into those deals and create wealth for themselves and build a good nest egg for retirement. But they're not doing it because my people suffer for a lack of knowledge.
Oh, actually, I was going to ask, do you think it makes sense, right? Because I've been thinking I want to go down south where the ratios are better, because where I live, the ratios just suck. And then, does it make sense to take part of my retirement fund and just wipe my debt away?
Oh my goodness! No, what?
No.
How old are you? How old are you?
25.
Fuck no, dude! Don't do that. What are you
Okay,
doing? All right, how much do you have in your retirement account at 25?
63, I think.
63,000 at 25?
Yeah. Yes.
Man, you're making $55,000 a year right now?
Yeah.
Do you have a regular retirement account?
What kind of account do you have, cousin?
I got a 401k that matches, and then I have a Roth as well that my friend set
You need
up,
to look
but I
at
don't
your.
actually
You need to look at your 401k, man. That doesn't sound right. I mean, it could be true.
He could be an aggressive investor.
I mean, it could be.
Does your
Yeah,
company
it's
also offer
possible.
like a
It's possible.
profit
It's
sharing?
absurd, but it's possible.
Anyway, no, I don't think. I think if you were able to invest money into that account and accrue that amount of money inside of your retirement account, you should be able to hunker down and save up. You're gonna need around $28,000 to get into a $500,000 property because you're going to pay $17,500 down, which is 3.5%, and then you need to have 3 months of principal, taxes, and insurance and an account unencumbered. So that's going to be about 10,500. Okay. So I mean, you're going to need to have about 28 grand, and I think you'll be able to save that if you've been putting that money into your investment account. I think that'll be.
It also sucks because I want to get out of this state. I'm in Massachusetts, and it sucks. I'm in this place.
I get it, man. It's expensive up there. If you want to, but see what you could do, man. You could. Is the company that you work for? Do they have another one in the South?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
I drive a truck.
Well, listen, what you could do is you could save up the amount of money up in Massachusetts and buy a multifamily in Massachusetts, and then when you're ready to move down south to buy a cheaper one, you could tell the bank, hey, I had to relocate for work. I had another FHA loan, and that's one of the loopholes that you can use in order to get multiple FHA loans if you're moving that far away. So you could get 2 loans on the 3.5% down and just keep raking in the money. You know what I'm saying? And you're still living rent free.
Pretty smart.
But okay, I just want to. Hey, if you guys want to learn more about that, text Bill to 256-857-2204. Or if you're looking to start a business or make more money as an employee, text Bill to 256-857-2204. Yes, it costs money. Duh. It's not thousands of fucking dollars. It's $60 a month. And I will personally work with you in order to accomplish your financial goals within the country. Okay. But I only have one requirement. Barbara, thanks so much for the follow. I only have one requirement, and my requirement is that you tell me the truth. That's it. Because if you lie, it's not going to work. You got to tell me the truth, and you're going to have to be honest. And it's confidential. I'm not going to come up here and tell everybody all your business or anything. It's between me and you. So,
I have a question for you, actually.
Hold on, I have to get to Deanna because she's been waiting patiently. Deanna, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to touch on the girl in the beginning. She was too argumentative, for one. That's not what most business people do. They'll actually sit and listen. And she really didn't know if, now I do agree that maybe she doesn't know her profit margin, because I did work for somebody who's a millionaire who did not know his profit margin. He had people in place for that. He just knew what he put people in place in the company that made him the money, and he just watched the numbers, and he's got the skills to put people where they need to be. So that being said, I've been on both sides with the money and on business mindset and as an employee, and employees really do not understand what business owners go through and what they have to do to make the business work and to make it run. It is a mindset. Most employees don't understand the business mindset, and they don't understand the laws that they have to follow also. So there's a lot internally that they don't understand. And as far as business owners, they're just like you said earlier, everybody is replaceable, even your top dog. Everyone is replaceable. The business owner, they get it going, they get the idea, and they make it happen, and they put the people in place to make it happen. If somebody's not pulling their weight, they're out of there and they're replacing them. So that's just kind of what I wanted to touch on, is just the mindset. If you want to make the money, you have to have the business mindset, and you have to own a business, and that comes out of the lazy part of it, and opening a business, and get around the right type of people that can help you get there, or at least give you the knowledge, because I've done my fair share of thinking I know what I was talking about, and then you get on the other side of things, and
we've all been there.
Okay, I was thinking as an employee and not a business owner.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I thank you so much for saying that, man, because I think anybody that watches me consistently knows that I'm able to sniff that stuff out pretty fast. My business acumen is not like I'm not the fake guy that's on TikTok telling everybody a bunch of lies. Um, I can see whether or not your business is succeeding or failing. And I'm sorry, like if I were to go to a millionaire and that millionaire wanted to do a deal with me, and he needs to understand what the profit margins within my business is so that he can invest in my company. If I can't answer him and I have to call somebody in order to get that information, and I'm preaching myself as the leader of this organization, so much so that when I'm asking for investment from people that are doing way, way better than me, do you think that the millionaire is going to invest in a company where the leader of the company doesn't understand the financials of the company? Of course not. That is the reason why I come up here and say the things that I say. She didn't want to take accountability for it, but at the end of the day, like that's how you're going to decide what your prices are. So is somebody else deciding the prices in your business? Is this person that you're hiring deciding how much you charge for stuff? Like I don't. And at the end of the day, man, I don't believe it. I think that that's disingenuous and really just a lie. At the end of the day, you do need to know what your profit margins are in
And you
business.
can have all the degrees you want. A degree is a degree is they're overpriced pieces of paper.
Mm-hmm.
I know plenty of millionaires that have a high school education. They know money. That's where they drive the money. They how it works, and that's really where it's at. It's about knowing economics.
Right. Yeah. I
Knowing
agree.
business mindset and knowing economics.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Yes, absolutely.
And it's
Thank you so
also
much.
dependent on the type of, and it also depends on the type of industry as well. You know, my background is in the trucking industry, transportation industry, consulting, and helping restructure certain companies, and also the education portion of it in teaching, people, CDL, teaching schools, CDL schools that, teaching people to get their CDL. So it's, they're teaching them a skill. They're teaching them a skill. That's a company that, pardon me?
That wasn't me. That was somebody else.
Okay. So as far as the educational side is teaching them a skill. Now they got to take that skill and try to make, try to either be an employee or become a business owner with it.
Right. Yep. Thank you so much for saying that. And I got to move on. I got to get to motivational. Motivational. How you doing, man?
What's up, bro?
Oh, nothing much, man. How old are you? What do you do for a living?
24 right now. I own 2 businesses. Yeah, I live in Florida, so.
You gonna tell me what your profit margin is?
So I'm gonna be real honest with you, bro. It's my first year in business, so all the analytics and profit margin and stuff like that, I'm just now learning myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you and say I know everything. I'm gonna be real. I know that's disappointing. I'm gonna be real, but
How
I'm
many
hearing
how many pages are in your business plan for your business?
how many pages on my business plan? I have 20 pages. I should have more.
Dude, if you don't have a business plan, just say, hey man, I don't have one.
No, I have 20 pages for real.
You have a 20-page business plan.
Yeah. Down to suppliers, down to finances, where I get everything from my business from, down to even just protocols on how we do stuff.
All right. What do you have to say on the topic?
I have to say, really, like, I just want to speak on, like, since it's really it's been my first year, and it's been hard to find really good employees. Like, I found 4 really good ones, but I went through like 20 to 30, right? And I would say is really the laziment and like the entitlement. It's just really like in society right now, bro, is getting too crazy. I have people who worked 15-hour jobs their whole lives, but now since we're a small business, now they want $20 an hour, right? Less work, 6 hours worth of work, and you want $20 an hour, right? And just the pay us daily, and it's just getting to the point where like
pay them daily, you said?
Yeah. I had 2 employees who were they were focused on like us paying them daily. Like they didn't want
What industry are you in?
Oh, we do e-commerce, dropshipping.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Oh my god. I don't know why y'all get into drop shipping, man. I'll never understand that.
Shoot, I'm profitable.
Yeah, I
I
hear you.
might be a rare case, but I'm open to hear like why the whole industry is bad as a whole.
It's just not typically is not sustainable because people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But you might know what you're doing, so it's okay. All right. You're having a hard time finding employees. What are the employees doing?
Showing up late.
What? No, I'm saying you're having a hard time finding employees in general.
Oh.
Like what are they doing? What is their job?
Their job is very simple, bro. I ask cleaning of my office, like just cleaning, like taking care of yourself basically, and packing orders. I really do not ask for outside of that, nothing else.
Okay. Well, why are you having a hard time finding people to do that? If they're just packing, are they packing orders all day? How many orders are going out per day?
Per day, about anywhere from 150 to 300.
You're having 300 orders go out every day?
Yeah, bro. I follow you on my main page. I sell on TikTok Live. I follow you on my main page.
Okay.
Like I'll be watching you.
Okay. All right, that's good. All right. So let me ask you something though. I thought you did drop shipping.
Yeah.
Why are they packing orders if you're drop shipping?
So when you go TikTok Live, you still have to pack your orders. You still have to use. It's still your orders. Like I have the physical product. It's not like print on demand where they buy.
You buy the product and then you sell them on your page?
Yes, sir.
So why would you do that instead of just not putting that investment, that capital into buying product?
You literally have to physically make the product. I buy the ingredients, I make the product, and I sell it.
What are you selling, bro? What are you selling? Because this doesn't sound like drop shipping. What are you selling?
That's not drop shipping.
You want to know what's crazy? I'm gonna sound crazy when I say I sell cornstarch.
You're making cornstarch though?
No, I go to the stores, I buy cornstarch. The product what I'm making, right? The main ingredient is cornstarch.
No, so what do you make? What is it?
Cornstarch, bro. It's
no. You said the main ingredient is cornstarch. What is it that you're selling?
Because you could do it with flavors. You could do it like blue raz, green apple. You could do like scented, like Irish, Dove cherry. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but I swear, bro. Go on TikTok right now. Search up my page, Starch and Co.
I gotta see this. This is interesting.
Yo, but typical. So
search on my page, Starch and Co. You're gonna see me and my wife on there.
So you have your own product then, basically.
Yeah, essentially, but I call it drop shipping because it just makes more sense. It doesn't sound too crazy. It doesn't sound too weird.
When I thought drop shipping,
it doesn't sound like drop shipping. It sounds like e-commerce to me.
Yeah, like,
if you're selling online.
Drop shipping is like
because when people think like it just sounds weird. So I just like, all right, bro, like
because bro, like drop shipping is kind of like there's an existing product that you're reselling and the manufacturer takes care of shipping for you. Like typically, that's like what I know it is. But yeah, like that's crazy, bro. I mean, if you have your own product, that's good. So you're doing a little more than drop shipping.
Yeah, this is basically a company at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, your website. I like your website, man. It's very straight and to the point.
Yeah, straight to the point.
Straight and to the point. I think it could look a lot better as far as appeal, but it looks like you guys just made it yourself. If it's working, it's working.
Yeah, we put some time in. Me and my wife, we put some time in, and we sat there. We was on Shopify at first, but we grew too big for Shopify, and we had to move to Square.
So do they just eat this? Like they just eat it? Or
Yes. If you want to go on TikTok and type in Starch and Co review, they nothing but hundreds of reviews of our products.
Wow! Congratulations, man. This looks good.
What target audience is this, bro?
It's really a lot of pregnant women eat it a lot. It's for people with iron deficiency. A lot of special need kids eat it. So right now we're focused on getting contracts.
Dude thought she was the plug.
Bro, I was trying to figure it out. Like cornstarch, like just straight cornstarch flavor.
Yeah.
Like, I was
so it's kind of like a sensory type of texture. They like to chew it.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
And you just make it flavor for it to taste good.
Yeah,
I understand.
bro.
For people people who have like mental illnesses where they like struggle to eat foods. Yeah.
Wow. So right now we're trying to get a contract with a school. And
I mean, shit, that's a niche market, bro. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're contacting
Congratulations, bro. This
Stephanie.
looks pretty good. Anywho, what did you have to say on the topic, bro? What do you have to say about? Because you said you're having a problem finding employees to package your stuff, but if they want to get paid every day, what's stopping you from doing that?
It is the level of productivity, right? During that time, we were pushing out 100 orders, and they couldn't even make the 100 order quota. They were doing anywhere from
Who is
60.
they?
I had 2 YNs. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, so
Um,
you had two guys that were packaging orders. You said it was 100 orders a day, right?
back at that
So that
time,
means
yeah.
50. That means they got to package 50 a day, and you got to ship out. I mean, 50
Yes,
per
sir.
50 per per person per day, right? So what is your walk me through the system? So somebody makes an order, right?
Yeah.
What do they have to do in order to package the order? The package slip comes out of the machine. They slap it on. They put the product that the customer ordered inside of the box. They tape
hmm
it up. They put it over to the side. Why can't they do 50 of those in 8 hours and shit less than
Because
8 hours?
a lot of the because I sat them down and communication, and a lot of their frustration came with the actual making up the order. Like somebody would place a 4 item order, and it would be like 4 bowls, and I guess they didn't like, it's kind of like a food like prep station. Like they weren't really good at that part. Like they just weren't
Oh, so
really
they have to make the order too.
yeah, they have to make the order too.
Ah, okay, I get it now. So when somebody orders something, they still have to make it. You don't have it already pre-made and packaged.
Not all the time, though.
Okay, I understand. I understand. Okay, well, man, your SOP's trash, and I'm gonna tell you
hmm
why. This is not your employee's fault. This is on you because when
hmm
in production, we want the orders going out, and we need to get them out as fast as possible in order to fulfill the time limit that you're preaching on your website. It says 5 to 7 business days. That needs to be like less.
hmm
So I want to see that shit at my door in 3 days, 3 business days. That's what I want to
Okay.
see. So if your SOPs aren't, hey, like if you don't have a process to go, like when somebody makes an order, I'm assuming the order shows up, you see it, and then the package slip comes out for that order to ship it to their property or to their house. Like you need to have a system in place with all of the bins that everything they need to make every single order, right? Just like a pizza place, right? Everything that they need to make the orders is sitting right there on the stainless steel table, and you have it set up to where's I'm sure there's certain product that is common to go in a certain order, right? It's I order a snack bowl or something like that, or let's say that I order a 1 pound chip and powder bowl. If that is popular, then you put all of the ingredients for that order together so it's easier for them and faster for them to put it into the bowl to ship it out. Okay, and it's like a conveyor belt system, right? It's just like a pizza line, bro. Somebody's doing the dough, somebody's doing the sauce. The person that does the dough is normally that's all they doing. Somebody doing the sauce and the cheese. The next person's doing the toppings. The next person might be doing a little bit of drizzle, some vegetables, and then got somebody that puts it inside of the oven. It needs to be like that. That's what the SOP needs to be like. So when somebody brings in an order and they see the order, they're like, okay, this is what they need. All right, bet. They get out, the bowls are already stacked up there. They know what size bowls they need to grab. It's labeled, right? Everything is very easy. Okay. I think it would be good for you to go and look at how some of these fast food restaurants operate. It'd probably be good for you to go look at how some of these pizza places operate. Just go in and say, hey, I'm trying to do some research. I want to see how I can make my processes better in order to ship out my cornstarch product, but I need some ideas on how to set up the product so we can get them out faster and our production can be quick. And then you go in, you look at everything. Okay, I see how they doing it. Okay, the bowls are right there. Okay, that's where all the pizza boxes are. Okay, this is where all they labeled. They're all okay. Okay, I got it. All right, cool. And then you just write stuff down. Sometimes it takes a little bit of boots on the ground research. And then once you get that information, you implement it into your business and you try things out. Say, hey guys, look, we're trying out this new system. I set all this stuff up for you. I got the bins, I got the stainless steel. Here are your gloves. This is the sink or whatever to wash your hands. Hey, this guy wants one specialized bowl and 1 2 pound chip and powder bowl. And then you look at them and you see how fast they can make it. And based on how quick they make it, you put systems in place that say, hey, it should take you this amount of time to fulfill this order. That way, since you know the amount of time it's going to take to fulfill each order, Now you understand how many hours it's going to take to fulfill the amount of orders that you do in a day. And if you understand how many hours it's going to take to do that, that's going to go into, hey, this is how much I'm going to pay you. This is how long it should take you in order to fulfill 100 orders. This is the standard, okay? And the standard is based off of the research that you did, right? So like, hey, I know that it should only take you this amount of time to fulfill 100 orders. If you're going over that time, you're not meeting the standard. I need to write you up for that. We need to have some corrective action. If nobody's meeting the standard, it's either because the system's not good enough or the employees are not working fast enough. But I always want you to defer to if the system's good enough, and you know how you can find out if the system's good enough or not?
No, how?
You do it yourself.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay,
I was
so that
wondering.
way, because
Okay,
every
go ahead.
business owners always want to go to my employees aren't doing what they're supposed to do, but they don't want to look at the things that they were supposed to do on the back end when it comes to standard operating procedures.
Mhm.
So if you do it yourself, if you and your wife go in there and you're doing it yourself for a day or a week or whatever, and you take the average amount of time that it's supposed to take in order to fulfill that many orders, how many orders can I fulfill in this amount of time? You understand what the standard is. That's a standard for you guys, though, okay? You guys own it. You need to lower that standard a little bit reasonably for the
Mhm.
employee to get them the time that they need in order to do that, because they're going to be taking breaks, they're going to take, all that stuff, right? So
Yeah.
that's what you need to do. You got to go in there, you got to do it yourself. You need to get your times down for your production, figure out how long it's going to take you to fulfill that amount of orders, and then decide how much you're going to pay somebody based on your profit margins, okay? Based on your
Mhm.
profit margins, how much you're going to pay somebody in order to fulfill that many orders in a day.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I waited to not like intervene or cut you off. The first thing I did was like I went to my wife and I told her like, hey, it is us, right? We didn't train them probably properly enough to be left there by themselves to complete this. Because if you just tell a person, look, you
You
gotta
left them
do,
there by themselves?
bro, yeah.
Here we go, bro. The bullshit.
Nah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But
Uh-huh.
if we leave somebody there and be like, yo, there's 800 orders coming in this week and you gotta fulfill at least 600 of them, right, before the weekend. There probably won't hit that, or we won't probably hit that, being that it's our first month.
So yeah, you go in there and you help them so you can fill the orders and make
Yeah,
sure your business is going good.
yeah. So
If you
we
can't afford to pay if you can't afford to pay enough people to fulfill that many orders, then you step up and you become the two new employees in the business and you run it
own,
yourselves.
yeah. That's what we did because we put up shelves, we labeled everything, and they still couldn't like hit it. So we were just like, okay. So we gave them like just PTO, like pay time off, like look, take these 2 little days off, and then we brought in a new set of 2 people, trained them, and they were able to hit it their second week, and we're like, okay, these are our go-to people now, you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
we let go of the previous people, and it was just they were just terrible, bro. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie.
Well, man, look, go on Indeed, put some job postings up. So don't hire your friends. Go on Indeed and put some job postings up. You need to be working in there with them, okay? And you need to be
Hmm.
showing them the ropes and actually having a training process with them and showing them how to do things, how you want things done. But it sounds like you're doing okay, bro. If you want to get with me, I could diagnose your business if you want.
No, I need to, bro. I've been
Like,
seeing you like, and you know what you're
where
talking
you
about.
at? Where you at?
I'm in Clearwater, Florida, but I
I'll
travel. I
I'll
could
I'll come
travel.
down there.
You in North Florida?
No, I'm in Alabama, but I'll come down there though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, like that's fine. Let's
Yeah, I'll come
let
down
me
there
know.
and
I'll go up to
look
you.
at it for a day and kind of see, and then I'll be like, okay, I think I see what we need to do. But if you want me to do, bro, like, hey, bro, it's $60 a month. It's cheap.
Nah, of course. I do have a question with you though. So right now, me and my wife, we have 2 businesses. This cornstarch one, and then we also do credit, right? We're opening 2 more businesses through TikTok. And I just want to like ask you like some questions on like not should we, but like more on the sense of like what things should we most definitely have set up in place before.
Before what though? Like, what you mean? Ask your question again. I'm sorry.
Like what certain type of like business structure should we just have like in place like before we actually proceed, because we did an LLC for this the third one, but I told her to hold off on the fourth one because I want to just ask and look around, like maybe we should make this like a S corp or a C corp, like just those type of structures. Because right now I
Well,
have five.
this is what I would say. you should be multi-member LLC, right? Multi-member LLC is what I'm thinking. Okay. You can't, like, your business isn't going to be an S corp. It can be taxed as an S corp, but the only business entities are LLCs and C corps. Okay. Now you would get an LLC and it'd be multi-member, and you would use that multi-member LLC since your wife will have some of the business. You'll pay your wife a certain amount of money, probably $14,000 or so, and you'll be able to write that off on your taxes. You'll be able to pay that to your wife. If you guys have kids, you can do the same thing with your kids as well. But I would say LLC. Yeah, that's what I would say. And then
Okay.
if you want to save on self-employment taxes, then you could just elect S corp status on that. But it'd probably be like when the business grows, you could kind of switch to a partnership. So because I'm sure you guys both want to be owners.
No, she just wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
She done, bro.
Well, there you go. Yeah, LLC is fine. And then you just make it a multi-member, put your wife on there, and you can pay her a certain amount every year in order to lower your taxable income.
Okay.
But I could teach you more about that. If you book some time with me, I could teach you more about that in depth. I don't want to do it up here because it's kind of like for people that aren't in business, it's boring to them. So, anywho, yeah, hit me up, man. We'll work it out, and I'd love to see your business plan and kind of see where you want this thing to go. I'd be more than willing to help you. It's totally fine.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna hit you up. Just want to say good night to everybody. Enjoy your lives, bro. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
You too.
Hey, what's going on? No excuse.
What's up, man?
I met you. Sorry to interrupt like that. I don't know if you're about to say something, but I just wanted to chime in real quick. I appreciate everything you're doing, man. I see everything that you're doing and the conversations you're having. I've probably been listening to you now for probably a good hour, maybe more. Just talking about all the knowledge that you're talking about, everything that everybody's talking about, man. And this is my kind of conversation. It's my kind of conversation. So my hat's off to you, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Do you need any help with anything?
To be honest, I'll just give it to you straight, man. I'm always I like to go in rooms where I'm not the smartest person. I'm not big headed. I'm not conceited or anything like that. But I like to go in rooms where I don't know everything. I can learn something, right? So maybe this is a place I can learn something. I'm 29 years old. I make $110,000 a year. I'm from Texas. I know a lot about like trust and like I had a business and then I kind of sold it and then I was part of a business and I'm kind of still part of a business and I'm not really to answer your question, the topic, what's a living wage? Because everybody can live on a different wage, so that's the first thing I think of. But secondly, it's not the business owner's job. It's like when we talk about servers, it's not the employer's job to give you a living wage. They pay you $215 because that's what you're going to work for. It's their job actually to meet their bottom line and to grow their profit. Really, depending on if you're a nonprofit, your goal might be different. But if you're a profit business, your goal is to make profit. So it's not their job to give you a living wage. That's just not their role. It's your job to seek a living wage because you determine what's a living wage.
Right.
So that's what I would say about your topic for sure.
Well, for you,
But
man,
also,
look, for you, man, bro, like, what do you do for $110,000 a year?
So I hate saying, okay, I'll answer your question. I'm an over-explainer, so I'll just try to answer it plainly. I'm a security engineer. So I work on physical security stuff.
Why you always lying? Oh my God.
You want me to
Hey,
explain
man.
it?
Hey, man, look, we got Anthony
Glenn.
Glenn, the guest appearance in the building, man. Winstradamus himself. Welcome in.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Yeah.
Anthony Glenn is in the building. Winstradamus.
Oh,
winning
man.
is a sin. If you're not winning like me, get some friends.
What the? Hey, man. I can tell you hyped, man. You must have done good today.
Yeah, I had a good day, man.
Oh,
What's good?
man. Oh, I'm just doing what I do. But Rebel, so you said you're a security engineer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a physical security. I've been doing it since I was 16, so 13 years now.
Okay. There's
I gotta
definitely
find my
some.
way here.
There's definitely some
I just got that job this year. I just got that job this year in June, actually.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're making $110,000 a year, I'm expecting that you're maxing out your Roth IRA every year, right?
Yes, as of June, I start putting that stuff in place.
How much you put in your
It's
Roth
not maxed
IRA
out
every
right now.
year?
So right now I have it set up for 6,300.
Stop the cap.
6,300 a year?
Mm.
Stop the cap.
6,300 a year is good, Anthony, bro. It's good. Security engineer 29 though is crazy.
It wasn't an easy road. But I understand. I understand, Anthony. I have a hard time with it because I get imposter syndrome. I even have a hard time talking about it because I almost can't believe myself sometimes. But this is the truth. It's really a testimony about how I got the job. I've been making that for going on 6 months now. Like I got the job in June. Before that, I was making about 90. I was probably making
But
about
man,
80,
listen
89.
though. Listen, why don't you start a business doing like security like managed security provider?
You know what? To be honest, all my peers do, and I thought about it, but to be honest, you want me to answer your question? I have other shit going on, and I'm being lazy about it. I'm taking the cushy W-2 shit. I'm making 110, and I'm doing other shit with my life, like enjoying time with my son, and I'm doing other shit instead of running the business and getting the insurance. Now I do have a business, like I do have other shit like going on. I have investments, I have investment accounts. I got my 401k, I got my child shit. I buy land. I do other shit. I do paintings and shit like that. I just don't start a business. And to be honest, I ask myself why all the time. I just don't do it. I just don't. And to be honest, I have an LLC, but it's just for my son. It's just for my son. It's just for him. I have an LLC, and it's just for him. I got it when he was born. I told myself I was gonna make it. It's just for him, and that was it.
Damn, you got an LLC, a ABCDEFG, you're engineer. Damn, you're winning, bro.
Hey.
It's such a thing to say, bro. It's such a thing to say, bro, because you got a lot. When more problems come, you do more shit come. Bullshit. But I don't got it all. I don't got it all. I'm actually I feel sometimes.
But listen, bro, you said you was coming in here so that you could learn something, man. There's a bunch of different businesses you could get into. Ethical hacking, you could do penetration testing. A security automation business, like. You could do a whole bunch of stuff, cybersecurity stuff too. It seems like you don't really have that to learn from me. You just want somebody else to tell you that's what you're supposed to be doing.
No, you know what it is? To be honest, I just feel like sometimes I figured out a way to be successful without owning a business, but then sometimes I feel like I'm psyching myself out.
Stop saying to be honest.
You're just lazy and didn't do that. You're just lazy and didn't do it. Okay, you got it. I sometimes tell myself that I'm just lazy and didn't do it. But I feel like with investments, for instance, I met you, no excuses, in Dwayne's live. You know Dwayne Williams?
Yes,
I do. He talks about trust and how he talks about LLCs and enterprises. So I have trust and I'm building trust for my son as entities and I'm building different things. I don't have it all there.
I don't understand how y'all could all be inside of Dwayne's live if you're not trying to start businesses. That's all Dwayne talks about.
Because listen, you want to know why? Because there's money in business, but I don't have to own a business to make money off people that know business and be able to be in a room and to be able to be useful in a conversation and to be useful to people. I don't have to run a business. I could know how to run them. I could know different segments of them and still be useful and still make money.
Hold on. Go ahead, Tony.
All I want to say, man, is listen, man. Look, check this out. When you come in these spaces and stuff like that, man, don't regurgitate stuff. And I'm just speaking in general, man. Try not to regurgitate stuff you heard, right? Because, you can hear it, but if you're not actually doing it, it's not going to make you look good if we peel the onion back.
Absolutely, 100% agree. And just for the young man down there, because I know that you're trying to do the best that you can and stuff like that, but sometimes, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and it's gonna sound effed up. It's really gonna sound like it. Sometimes your best is not enough. because you have to put more work into it because the standard is the standard, and that's the way that it is. So therefore, sometimes what you think is helpful for your children is actually hurting them. As an example, and again, this is not any kind of legal advice. I am not a lawyer yet, and I do not represent anybody that's outside of my own jurisdiction. So therefore, when it comes to estate things, I guess I would word it because I can't say estate law yet. So therefore, when you're saying that you want to set up these things for your children, an LLC, even though it sounds good, because I know that's something that is probably, a catch grab, verbiage that's out there, it's really not helping them, in my own opinion. I could be wrong, because I'm always going to learn every single day, and I know several people on this panel see me all the time. I don't talk much, but when it's time for me to talk, is because I've learned enough for me to say that sometimes it's detrimental for what your actions are actually producing. You don't want to produce negative actions. A trust might be the best setup for your children. Why? Because when it comes to capital gains, those capital gains are going to destroy your children. Yes, you are going to be gone when that happens, but don't set up your kids for failure. That sounds crazy. Set up UTMAs, set up trusts, set up like a whole bunch of different things. And these people on this panel could help you the best out of anybody that could. And trust me, I listen all the time. I'm probably one of the best listeners on the planet. So when these people are talking to you, you sit there and listen.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Tony,
No,
what
I
did
got you.
you have to say on it? What do you think? Securities engineer, $110,000 a year. What you think about that? Just say it, bro.
What is it? Let me ask you. What is it? What is it? Is it that it's bad? It's not believable? I'm just trying to get like what? How is it coming across? Like, is it bad or is it like not? But like, what? Which one is it?
I'll tell you what I think. I think that I think honestly, I think you talk too much. That's
Okay.
like, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that is because I'm not trying to insult your intelligence or anything else, but I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that doesn't have anything to do with the prompt, right? You don't have to impress us. I think sometimes it's better just to ask questions. That way you can kind of see, where, so your audience. That's it, because, you know, why did you do a limited liability company for your kids? What's the benefit of doing that to you?
If you're asking, quite frankly, it was part of a portfolio strategy that I was building out for us and our family, and I won't debate that or defend that. I'm just saying that as an answer to your
But how though? How the build out portfolio? What do you mean?
um great, perfect. I think I'm in the right room for this. So the elements that I had that built up the portfolio were a sort of a multitude of things that were.
But it's easy question, dog. Why did you get the limited liability for your children?
Yeah, what was the purpose?
A portfolio. It was part of a portfolio that included other things. The purpose of the LLC was to pass down to him to start when he was young, 5, 6, 7, to have an entity that was just for him. That was a business that he could then grow into a corporation that he could utilize as his identity. We don't act as ourselves. We don't act as ourselves. We don't act as our names. We act as corporations. We move as corporations. We do.
Yeah, but
business
you
as
don't have a corporation though.
Right.
And then why would you start a limited liability company for your kid and you don't have a business?
Well, he said he did, but he sold it.
Yeah, I don't see too
damn,
I can move as me. Right? I made that choice.
You're not making any sense, man. I mean, that's wait. That was fantastic.
I'm listening.
I'm listening too. So again, explain to me, what does the limited liability company do for your child? What is the purpose of having it?
It's called Limitless Land Solutions. The purpose of me having Limitless Land Solution was to purchase land not as myself, but as an LLC. At the time when I built it for him, I didn't have the knowledge of building it for a corporation. I just knew I wanted to build something for my son. I wanted to build an LLC for him. So that was the purpose of it. It was to buy land and to build on our own land and to own it in our company to help others, probably buy land and build a community.
Okay, but a
That's where it
LLC.
started.
Okay, do you know what LLC stands for?
Limited liability company.
Right. So it's not a limited liability company is not a corporation. It is a limited liability company. It's only one corp, and that's a C corp. Everything else is a tax code, and then you got the sole proprietor, right? So now there are some benefits to having a limited liability company for a minor, because some people. Here's what I'm gonna say, man. Limited liability company. I don't even know where to start, dog. I don't even know where to start. I'll tell
I
you
don't
this,
really
man.
know. I don't really understand the purpose of why he did what he did. I don't quite understand the
Exactly.
purpose of why he did what he did. I think
Yeah.
he did it because like it sounds good, right? Like, are you teaching your kid about purchasing land or why you're purchasing land?
Of course, of
Right.
course. That's a whole separate subject, about how you lead your child and different things like that. But when it comes to the LLC itself, why I came up with it, why I came up with Limitless Land Solutions was not only did it have to do with buying land, something I was going to do anyway that I think is important, real estate, right? Starting real estate.
What state are you in, by the way?
Texas.
Oh,
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I was 24, 25 at this time. You're right. I'm 29 now, right? So, didn't have knowledge that I gained throughout the way. But even at the time, knowing limited life, knowing the LLC, I know it can be converted to a C corp. Or if not, I can start a C corp. I won't quote the numbers right now, but there's paperwork to be filed that can, of course, change it to C corp, S corp, get taxed as an S corp, right? Because there's only C corp. But then to get it changed fundamentally to a C corp, and if that
Okay.
was a plan.
Okay. All right. So let me tell you the reason why people get limited liability companies for children. Because if they're doing legitimate work, they can take W-2 and fund retirement accounts. That's number one. Okay. Very, very simple, right? So instead of having a C corporation, which is expensive, you don't have any and no big liability. Like if you're doing YouTube, TikTok, or cutting lawn, they will pay the limited liability company, and then the limited liability company can pay the children. That's why. So you can do that under 18 years old. Okay. So California, Delaware, Ohio, and Wyoming are 4 states that you can do that in. And then also, it's there's a bunch of stuff that you can do with it. I mean, you can start building companies for your children. That's why people do it. So
Right.
and then also there's asset protection, right? So in the event that you're, limited liability companies have something called a charging order. A charging order is like garnishing a wage. So these are things that, I would suggest researching this stuff before you do it. C corporations are fantastic, guys. I'm not sitting here and saying that they're not, but I know people are saying limited liability companies are bad. I'm not going against anything anyone says on the app, but what I will tell you this: C corporation and S corp have shareholders and stockholders. If you own anything in a S corp or C corp, and I sue you, okay, and your insurance doesn't cover that, and they pull the onion back of your corporation, okay, they can vote you out of your shares and then take over your company by putting members in your corporation. Now, you can't do that with a limited liability company because it has members. So I just want to say that, it's not this or that, but I just will say do your due diligence and do your own research and look up the tax codes and stuff like that. And then, there's just certain things that I would definitely research. I'm done, sir.
No, thank you for your time. I just wanted to shut my mouth and listen. So I thank you for your time. Thank everybody. Thank no excuses. I appreciate
Yeah,
hearing
man,
me
I
out
appreciate you
as
for coming in.
I hear the words. But to answer the topic, the reason why I chimed in the topic, I feel like there's a conundrum on the topic a little bit, because what is a living wage? That's different determined by everybody. It's very subjective, and not all employees are equal. There are employees that are business owners. There are employees that have boss mentalities that choose to be employees because of their own reasons. And not all are lazy and entitled, but there are also lazy and entitled business owners. So I feel like it's a little bit of a conundrum on the question. I feel like there's both a bad on the both sides. But yeah, I just want to chime in with that for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, I would agree. There's business owners that come up here that they. I'm not talking about anybody specifically. I'm just saying in general, the business owners that come up here and their first thought is to blame their employees for why their business isn't working. I mean, I don't. Anytime I hear somebody say that, I'm kind of like, I'm looking at you to see if you're doing everything right within your business so your employees can succeed, right?
Hey, don't say you got an LLC. You gotta come see Mr. Tony because you ain't got the key. Tell him that you ain't for free. Tree, my knee, and C. Please. ABC, NBC, LLC. No excuses, man. What is going on?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey, man. That's oh man.
Hey, stop telling me we got $100,000. You be capping.
Hey man,
Wait.
look.
Oh, wait. All right, let me quit messing around, dog.
Oh my goodness, man. Anyway, yeah, it's subjective everywhere you go. I'm not, but it doesn't. At the end of the day, like my whole point of having these conversations is to tell people that you can want whatever you want. It's not going to happen. Like that, that's just not how we pay people. We pay people based off of the value they provide, and that it is what it is. The people that are upset about that, they're upset because they're not valuable, and that's the crux of the conversation. Valuable people within organizations tend to do well. So,
Tony, Anthony, I just want to ask one more question and chime in real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to ask, like, is that not a believable thing for somebody to be 29 making? Is it because I feel like that's not even like that high, to be honest. I feel like that's maybe on the higher end of the middle spectrum.
that's the top 5% of 29-year-olds, bro. Like that $110,000. Most 29-year-olds are not. That most 29-year-olds are not making $110,000.
Higher middle. I gotta say high. Still middle, but the top of the middle percentage. I couldn't say higher tax bracket for sure, because I know for sure 26 and 27-year-olds making 125, 130 as working in cybersecurity.
You said working in you're in cybersecurity?
Wait a minute.
Physical security.
Oh,
I'm in physical security.
Like just
But
so
I'm saying I know peers. I know what I'm saying is I know peers.
Wait, time out. I got a question. Bro.
I thought you were talking about you were in IT, bro. Like you said, a securities engineer.
Yeah. So
right, working on like I work. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on, bro. Wait. Okay. So are you an engineer or you do physical security? Because I'm confused now. Which one is it?
Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't overtalk you. I'm a physical security engineer. So what that means is, if you go into any facility and you say, I need blueprints, where are you going to ask to go? To engineering. Is that not right? If you go into a building, you say, I need to map out this place. Who do I need to talk to? Probably the head of engineering. He would know this place. Why? Because they work on the systems and the facility infrastructure. So that's what I do. So you ask me like, what do I do? Facility infrastructure, but what I do is not important. I feel like I was just asking about the 29.
No. What I'm at, okay. So I know what a physical securities engineer. Essentially, what you guys do is like like you guys are responsible for like the badge readers, like sensors, alarms, and stuff like that. Safety, basically. You know, you find tweaks and holes in people's system, right? I think that's what you do, right?
Right. And so that also includes like network systems. So think IoT devices, AV, like, automation, intercom, badging, gates, any hardware you go into,
Yeah, I'm with you.
automation,
I
sliding
That's
doors,
okay.
all that
Yeah.
stuff, down to the nuts and bolts. Like, so that, and I built my way up from a cable puller all to a top level engineer. And you want to know what's crazy? I just want to leave with this. I don't want to take too much of your time. I went through a depression when my child was kidnapped when I was 25, and that made me turn my life around. And that really charged in engineering in 5 years, and that's what led me to $100,000 job. It was
Okay.
really God, bro. So I know it's unbelievable, but that's the truth, and that's really that's really the truth. And I wouldn't lie to y'all. I wouldn't cap y'all down. That's just the truth. But I was just
Yeah.
wondering because I got some going on. I didn't want to make no wrong steps, but I appreciate y'all time.
Appreciate it. Okay. I gotta get off here, man. I'm hungry.
No, man, we just getting started.
We are not just getting started. You're 2.5 hours late.
Put a 3 in the chat if you want no excuses to keep cooking,
my
man.
God.
We got.
I don't want twos in the chat. Get to 50,000 likes if you want me to keep going. I don't want 50,000 likes.
Yo.
If I don't see 20,000 likes in the next, 5 minutes. Oh my goodness.
Hey, man.
And I need y'all to fill the boxes up.
Yep.
Dakota the Black Guy.
Let me ask you a question. Can I interview you for a couple of minutes? No excuses.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, what is the plan? What is your first quarter projections? Like, what is the number one thing that you feel that you need to work on between January and March 2026?
Man, marketing. I gotta market better. I've been trying to think of some new ways to market. I had some successful marketing campaigns this year, but I think they were flukes.
Why you say that?
Because I was getting returns that aren't normal. You understand what I'm saying? So like I was sending out, everyday direct mail, right? I'm sure you do that.
Yeah, direct mailers. Yeah, 100%.
That your return on that is supposed to be like 1%, 2%.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting like 11%.
That's probably because you was the only one consistently about doing it. I mean, the loudest person in business is going to make the most money.
Well, I was going to try it again. I was going to do it again and see what my returns look like. Because my customer acquisition costs, dude, it's not even over $10. It's crazy. So but that's specifically for like lawn care. But I want to market my it's marketing across the board is the answer to your question. I need to create marketing material for my renovation company. I need to also create marketing material and get certified for the auto glass company as well. So I'm going up to a class in Tennessee to get certified for that. Hands-on class. They offer it. It's a really good class. I've heard really good things about it. So. And then once I do that, I need to save up some money so I can get a van and go ahead and start launching this thing.
I'm gonna tell you something that I'll give you some game on this. Okay, so I'm gonna read this to you really quick. I have something for you. So one of the biggest things with any type of marketing, okay, so in any type of any type of position, and this will help you out with your direct mailing, you're gonna have to do it. Okay. 2% of deals are closed on the first impression. Only 2%. So if you're doing direct mail, okay, then if you do only one touch, 2% of those deals are closed. 3% of those deals are closed on the second touch. But watch this. 5% of deals are closed on the third touch. 10% of deals are closed on the fourth touch. 80% of deals are closed on the fifth to 12th touch.
Hold on. You said 2% of deals are closed on the first touch, 3% of deals are closed on the second.
Mm-hmm.
5%
and then of deals, 5% on the third touch.
5% on the third.
Yep. And 10% of deals on the fourth touch. And 80%
on the
it goes up it goes up to 80% with 5 or more touches. So essentially what that means is that if you're going to do direct mailers, you need to touch them at least
I'm sorry.
5.
Did you say 60%?
No, 80%.
80%?
80% on 5 or more touches. 5 to 12 touches.
That's
I'll
a
give you an
huge
example.
jump.
Yes, I'll give you an example, and this is statistical facts, okay? So think about it. If they don't see you, if they don't get an email from you, they get a flyer. That's 2 touches. If they don't get a flyer, you got somebody door knocking. If they don't get, that's 3 touches. If they're door knocking, they see you on Instagram. They don't see you on Instagram, they're gonna see you on Facebook. So leverage social media complimentary to anybody's business to try to touch them 5 or more times, because the person that is the person that is in the person that they see the most, 80% of the time that's gonna be the one that they use. Okay, so that's something. So
I need to make a marketing plan surrounding making sure that I'm touching my target customer 5 times or more. That's what I need to center my marketing plan around. So I could do everyday direct mail. I could do Facebook ads. I could do, social media, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X. Then I'm always doing Nextdoor because I got a neighborhood favorite award on Nextdoor. But yes, Duke's Lawn Care is the neighborhood favorite on Nextdoor for my area. We got the award. We got the award last year, and we also got another one this year. I just got the email.
So here's an example. Here's an example. Okay. Here's a touch right here. All right. Happy holidays. Thank you for choosing Duke's Landscaping Company for the best lawn care service. Here's a personal gift of, if you leave me a positive Google review for the next 50 people, we're going to give you 1 cut for free. So now, and then you're going to be announcing on live, hey, we're announcing this person on live, the person that is the 10 people that got the free cuts, and then they're coming to you. Now you're driving them to a location, right? So when you're starting to build out your marketing plan and stuff like that, try to see how you can engage with them that's outside of just regularly doing a very good job. So essentially what you're going to do is, hey, free Christmas, free Christmas lawn blowing. So anytime you send out your mailers, that was Donovan just calling me. Anytime you send out your mailers, have something on your mailers that where they can use. Scan here for a
QR code.
Discount.
Okay.
Scan here for a discount.
I did the QR code on the last ones, and it actually it worked out really well. And dude, this is why I want to bring my marketer up here, because he was the one that told me about that. Because he said it doesn't make any sense to have a marketing campaign if you're not going to track the campaign. And he said that's a mistake. He said people are putting out people that do the everyday direct mail, and they don't even understand who's calling them from their website or their Google My Business, or who's calling them from the mailer. So you don't know if the campaign was successful or not because you're not tracking it. So I did the QR code. It costs nothing to do the QR code. You know what I'm saying? And I built the flyers myself. I got some opinions from 3 different people before I eventually paid the $1,100 to send it out. And I just use batch leads and put in what my target customer is. I'm looking for, and this is something that you guys can do too. Hey, I could put in the batch leads and say, I'm looking for customers that are, or homeowners that are between the ages of 35 and 40 that have a house that have a lot that's, a quarter acre or less. And it'll show you all of the houses in that area that, have that. And then you can center your everyday direct mail around just your target customer so that you're not wasting marketing material on people that aren't even going to, call you. So if you're not doing commercial work, there's no point in sending them to just say, hey, send it out to this zip code, right? There's no point in, because they're going to send it to the businesses in that zip code. They're going to send it to everywhere in that zip code is what they're going to send it to. So if you're not doing any commercial work, those are flyers that you're wasting. And while that might not seem like a big deal, because 80% of them, 90% of them got to who you wanted to get it to, when you're looking at 2% return, that's a big deal. So that's what I do in order to make sure I'm getting to the customer I need to get to. I wrote all that down, by the way, Anthony. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. And then another thing too, Justin, so here's another thing too. When you start doing your marketing campaigns or anything else, you have it should be A to B to A, meaning that you don't send it A to B. This is the biggest mistake that people make in any type of tracking and marketing. They do A to B marketing, meaning that there's no CTA, which is a call to action. So if I'm going to send something out, I want them to respond. And then also you can use AI dialers to for a concierge service to where anybody that you send mailers out to, you could just say, hey, we're just calling to see if you got our flyer. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to drop by at this time. And it's just a ringless voicemail, you know? So there's a bunch of stuff that you can do, you know, with AI. And it could just be ringless voicemails to where they're calling. Hey, just calling to say happy holidays from Dukes. And then also it could be something cool where it has you with a Christmas hat on, just saying they scan the QR code and then your video comes up and it says, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to your services, and I just want to personally say happy holidays. And if you and then I have one question for you. How can I help you? And then there's a job form to where they can fill out something that they want to do. But I ain't giving you nothing else, man, because I know somebody is supposed to be hitting me up, man. I know somebody's supposed to be hitting me up, man. But anyways, man, I definitely want to say, I am proud to meet you on here. You know, I think you're doing a great thing for people, and I'm looking forward to see your business grow in 2026, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And honestly, man, I want to say, and I know I've told you this over the phone, but I just want to say thank you so much for all the all the information that you give, because I really do value I do value the information. I value the friendship. We're gonna get together, man. Oh my God, dude, there's so much stuff going on with this wedding and
Oh, I know. Trust me, bro. I know. Yep. But now that you got to stay on for another hour, I'm gonna drop down, man. All right, I'll pop back in if you still. I'll pop back in if you're still on here. Because
is Donovan all right?
Me. Yeah, I think so. He just called me. I'm gonna call him back and see what's up.
All right. Tell him I said hey.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye. All right. We got to 20,000 likes, so that means I'm hungry. I gotta go. But guys, thank y'all so much. Hey, if you got any value out of the show, man, make sure you drop us a follow, man. We're gonna be live tomorrow morning at 5:30. I'm so sorry that I missed the show this morning, guys. I had other things that I had to do, and it was pressing. I couldn't. I didn't really have a choice in that. So I do have own businesses. I do have to if something happens, I gotta go. So I decided that I was gonna do one tonight. And we're gonna have the same topic up tomorrow morning, okay? So don't worry. We're gonna have the same topic up tomorrow morning at 5:30. We're gonna be streaming, and make sure you guys come in here because we're gonna be. I'm gonna drop some more gems in here, bro. I definitely am, and I need to figure out how I can get my market rep so you guys can meet them. Nah. I didn't. Anywho, guys. Make sure you guys are coming to the business plan class on Saturday. It's going to be Saturday at 11 Central, okay? 11 Central on Saturday. It's going to be in the morning. The class is going to start at 5:30 on a Saturday. You got me? It's going to start at 5:30 on a Saturday, okay? That's when it's going to start. I'm not going to start teaching until 11. So if you want to get the regular show, you're more than welcome to get the regular show. We're going to be having topics like this up there at 5:30 on TikTok Live, on YouTube. And when it hits 11 Central, then we're going to start doing the business plan masterclass. And I'm going to be giving you guys 7 building blocks of a successful business plan and working through how to build your business plan for your business, okay? Because if you don't have your business plan made by now, you're late. You're supposed to have already done that, man. Y'all late. So, and I know you're late, so that's okay. I'm here to help. So if you wanna sign up for that, I'm gonna put a live event on my channel. Go ahead and register. And make sure you guys support us, man. Become a super fan of the channel. Follow us. Become a super fan. Hit that golden heart, top left-hand corner of your screen, and become a super fan, okay? Support us, man. I'm doing this stuff for you guys, bro. And if I don't get enough support, then I'm not going to do it for free no more. I'm going to charge y'all for it, okay? So if you want it to stay free, $10. Ain't that crazy? I feel like that ain't a lot to ask for, okay? Guys, stay safe. I hope you have a good Tuesday. I'll see you again, okay? We're out, guys. Y'all have a good one. Peace.